Welcome to the current podcast. This is your co-producer Byron. We got Mauricio in the building.
What
we
up?
got our co-host Enzo in the building.
What
we
up?
got Manny in the building, and then we got our special guest Anthony in the
What's up,
building.
guys?
How you guys doing tonight?
Very well.
Like,
Hey, he co-producer.
Whoa.
Hey, that's what I was
He
told.
he
man.
went-
So,
He is.
He went and elevated, right?
No, because last
Last
time
time he was the only
He
host.
was the only
I-
host.
I got
was
checked
only
last
host.
time.
Nah, but that one was a great introduction, bro.
No, he
that
did
was great.
He
That
was
was-
Thank you, Byron. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I'm working on it. I'm working
He
on
was
it.
like, let me take it up a little.
I'm telling you, bro. You gotta go home and look yourself in the mirror. And
Right?
Just,
And you got to repeat it to
and
yourself.
just it's gonna come out naturally when you're here, bro.
There's,
You know what? What I also feel like is helping out, work in a way, because I have to make
Yeah,
calls and whatnot.
Yeah, he's learning about
You're
cold calls.
basically
He-
coming out of your shell, basically,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
Yeah,
Shell.
slowly again.
a little shell.
Shell. Yeah,
Like
bro.
Like
'Cause-
like
and that's a good thing,
snail
bro.
Or like a turtle.
Like a shell, like a turtle.
Have you
Ninja
guys
Turtle.
ever-
Which Ninja Turtle are you, bro? You Donatello,
The one with the
Michelangelo?
red one.
You
Raphael?
Raphael?
Yeah.
Raphael, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You remember like Master Splinter to me.
Nah, I was gonna
You're a
say
savage.
I was
for
gonna
that.
say Mikey, bro.
It's like,
Michelangelo?
I can imagine Byron's like, you call me a rat?
Michelangelo,
though?
the orange one.
Call
Nah,
me
that's
Shark
the
Shine.
coolest rat in the world right there.
The
He's the
purple one is
master.
Donatello. That's when I would be Donatello.
Come on,
The gay
man.
one?
Sick.
There would be no Donatello,
He's
Raphael,
known
none
for-
of them without Master Splinter, man.
I've never heard Donatello being gay, bro.
What the heck?
This is like you saying like when they brought out that Superman's son is gonna be gay or something like that.
Yeah, bro. Basically.
Wow.
No, he's gonna. I thought he was gonna be bisexual.
Something like
I
that.
don't know, bro.
But didn't Joe Budden come out as bisexual this
He
week?
did,
Go
bro.
on.
Well,
He did.
It was a joke, but
Sure, bro. We'll keep it like that.
well, this is the whole. If you watch the whole podcast, what he did was
that was his bait for
it
people
was
to
his-
watch it.
No, it was. He said that he was kind of referencing cancel culture, and he said, "I'm gonna come out so that I don't get canceled. So now I have the gay card, and you guys can't cancel me.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? So that's
Yeah.
why he was saying it.
It's like when he got elected, he pulled out like, I'm gonna support like Hispanics. And he pulled that card out too, and he won the majority. Of the vote.
Right? No, I'm not saying Joe Biden. Joe
Oh.
Budden.
Oh, but never mind.
The podcast. I mean, damn, if Joe Budden come out.
Yeah.
I mean, if Joe Biden came out here,
Bro,
Woo!
that would be revolutionary, bro.
I mean, isn't he married?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That-
why I said
that'd
that
be
would be
controversial.
revolutionary.
Like the whole Bible Belt will come at him crazy. Nah, but Joe Budden, the podcaster, the former rapper, had came
Yep.
out and said that. But man, let's get into the guests today, though. That's who we're here for the man of the
Yep.
hour.
Definitely,
you feel
Anthony.
me?
Tell us a
Man,
little bit about yourself, man.
What's up, Anthony?
Def-
I'm just now meeting him. My brother's been telling you a lot about you, but I don't know.
Not much.
He puts in good word, so that's how we know.
Well,
about
let's
you
put it.
know,
Let's
but
let me put it to
know.
you. Let me put it to you this first. First of all, so since you guys are making it that I am the only one that knows him, which pretty much is, what's it called? Anthony,
know,
you're
you
one of
guys-
our faithful listeners first and foremost.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So I want to thank you for that for
Oh,
listening to
He
us,
he uses our words in his work, bro. That's what we
What-
established.
which is not the
he-
greatest thing. But
Yeah, I
what do you
know.
mean
He's,
his word?
he came in here saying this better get, bro. I was like,
the
you
better
you
get-
learned that
better
from the
get.
pod, huh?
Oh,
And then he
shit.
learned puñeta from the pod too,
that's
bro.
not good.
Hey, bro.
We
Are you learning manifestation and realization and
he's learning all the words. Pause, man.
pause?
They
and
taking our jobs, you know. Like he's learning
it's
all
all
that.
connected.
How can it-
Who's to say?
Who's to
he's
say?
just learning all the
Irrelevant.
little,
Bam shit only.
all the little sayings, bro.
Who to say it
Irrelevant.
to? What to say?
Three little Jews. Take him a
How
jail.
How to get at girls, because those grown girls don't know how to get at guys, so they never had a date in their life.
Oh,
Hey,
shots fired.
hey,
damn.
Savage, bro.
Hey, hey, we said
Now we can be like, hey, watch this pod. There's cheese man.
first of all, first of all,
the tea.
there's a challenge that's still on the table. So next time they're on an episode, the challenge, like, I mean, you guys are still challenged too. Like at the end of the year, we need to have a date, and we need to go reprise that episode and see if any of us had a date. I mean, any of y'all had a date. Do you want to join that challenge? Are you single?
I am single here.
Oh, do you want to join the single date challenge?
You
You gotta
Damn,
go on
right
a
on the spot.
you gotta go on
Right
a
on the
date
spot.
by the end of the year.
His
By
first
the
day
end of
here.
the year.
He's like, you gotta go on a date by the end of the year.
God said to go multiply, son.
He's like the Lord.
Follow the first commandment.
Be fruitful and multiply.
He's like the Lord is speaking to me.
Real talk.
It makes sense why they're in a church.
Damn, bro, you want to marry by January, bro?
No. I do want to say that, like, for my boys that are single,
Enzo's
just
a
date with
savage,
intent,
bro.
man. Know what you want.
I mean,
especially for you,
well,
bro.
tell us, Anthony, what is your dating pool like? Like, where do you work? First of all, tell us that.
Well, I work at the airport.
Would you date a girl
Don't.
that works at the airport with you?
It's kind of hard to say, in all honesty, because
Why is
You gotta
that?
like her enough?
well, it's not that. The only reason is like sometimes
They've been out of the streets. What?
No, they already got kids, you know. And then
So it's hard. You're
but-
saying that the ones
There's
at the
not a
airport
lot of
usually
single options, is what I'm hearing.
exactly.
By the way, you don't have to say what specific place
Right.
you work for just
Yeah.
to protect yourself.
Just
but
LAX.
LAX, yeah, bro.
What do you mean?
Just so he doesn't say what specific.
What company?
Oh,
you
what
work
airline?
for,
Nothing like that. Yeah,
Oh,
nothing
okay,
like that. Just to protect yourself.
Taka?
But like,
Yeah.
but like,
fucking
why do you
good
say
shit.
that? Because I know for certain airlines, like I've noticed, like when you go to the check-in area, like the females or the people working there, they're not always like American, if you can say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like their English is like a thick accent, so you're probably dealing with people from a different country. So is
Mhm.
that what you're talking about?
But yeah,
All right.
like it's always a challenge, basically. In like,
Explain the
so,
challenge,
So
bro.
does
Break
that
that
mean
challenge.
that like you only date within your race?
no, not really.
Does
Like,
that
I'm-
mean you're a racist?
Nah.
Damn.
Now you're
I
putting,
mean,
now you're putting words in my mouth.
savage.
Now
I
you're
mean,
putting words in
nah,
my mouth.
Nah, I mean, all right. This is that one of those mindfuck questions. If you only date within your race,
You just
does that
prefer-
make you racist?
No, it's like
Nah,
There's
it
some
just
people
comes
like
out
that.
to people
Where's your
have
TikTok video?
people have
bro?
preference,
Where's
bro.
your TikTok video to that, huh?
people have preference.
I
What's
should
the
make one, huh?
timestamp? What's the timestamp?
But I swear he twitches after every fucking. Oh, I never thought about that. That's the way that guy looks. I mean, that guy's TikTok famous, but anywho. But yeah, so there's a small pool of single ladies that are waiting.
No,
in their hand
here's
like
my
this.
to validate his question, right?
Mhm.
If you were gonna marry, would you marry within
Excuse me.
like
Excuse me.
Hispanic?
My questions do not need to be validated by men.
Yeah, they do right now, sir. All right.
I've been validated. You're just following up. He just
he's watering it down.
I guess he's
basically.
watering it down. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's say that better because validation.
No, I'm validating. What would you say?
Where's
Well, I
the-
mean,
come on, where's the stamp then?
It's
Fucking
not.
parking guy.
It's not just basically dating within like only like Hispanics. I'm open to any like Asian,
Oh,
black,
Asian.
Anime.
Hispanic.
You want
So
smart-
my-
you want a smart girl.
I mean, I wouldn't mind someone who watches anime. I wouldn't mind it.
As soon as
This
he
guy.
said Asian, I was like, this
Anime.
has to do with anime.
Like, I wouldn't mind someone who watches anime. That's like a plus as well. I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
All
But
right.
yeah, I'm open to anything. But
So like
What's
multicultural.
anything?
yeah,
though? What's
multicultural.
anything though? That's kind of
Multicultural.
scary.
Multicultural. It's like I'm not afraid to learn about your culture, basically.
Oh, so you would date a Muslim girl?
I'd see how it would go.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Muslim girls are cool to date.
No, I'm saying it because he's
I've dated-
Christian.
I've
Salam
dated
alaikum, peace in the Middle
He's
East.
Christian.
I've dated a
So
Muslim girl.
I'm like, damn, all right,
So have I.
Susan.
All right,
Well,
and
okay.
don't
Because, like,
don't judge me,
they're
guys.
like-
But when I was dating this Muslim girl, I wouldn't
You
mind.
almost
I
converted
was
to-
con-
Salam
I
alaikum,
would
peace
have
in the Middle East.
converted. If
you
it
were
if-
like Nation of Islam.
if it would have gone that deep, I would have converted for her.
Nation of Islam?
Yeah.
Like if it comes to a point where like she's like it's either like
Christ.
join my religion.
She
or, like,
wasn't gonna
join
do
me,
that to me either, though.
And then if it's like and then
Hey
leave
man, you
yours,
don't know that, bro.
I'd be
No,
like,
she
you don't.
wasn't.
You don't live in that multiverse, bro.
Hey,
You don't know what's gonna
I
happen. in
I
that.
have a friend who left Christianity to be with his, like he converted a Muslim to be with his girl.
But that's my
Yeah.
thing because
Yeah.
I think like for one, I mean,
Why not for two?
all right, let's make it for 4, because somebody's gonna say 3. So
So let's make it for 6.
So it's a 4-point play. You
Let's
took a
make it
shot at
8.
3.
No,
You got.
it's a- nah, it's a 7.
make
It's a
it for
this is a touchdown. This is a touchdown. 7
Ah,
points.
it's 7 points.
All right,
Alright.
so when you're in love with somebody, I was in love with this girl at one point, right?
Mhm.
So I don't think that she was gonna force me. It was more that I was that in love with her that I
That
was
you were
willing
willing to
to
go, yeah.
compromise
Right.
my religion. And then I was always open to asking her about
and
her
the
religion.
verse was in your head. No te pongas conmigo desigual, and you're like, I don't know.
I didn't even hear that verse at my. That's probably why I was with the Muslim at the first time.
He's like, wait, what was
Hey,
that one
but-
verse? It was in my head.
But you know what's funny? You know, like at the end of the day, you know, who knew? Who knows? Like it could have been flirting to convert. I could have done it too on her end,
Yeah,
but
she might
it didn't last
compromised
long
yours.
enough. You know, I befriended her,
Yeah.
and and then after that, it was like
I had to ask
great
that question though
relationship.
because he said anything, bro.
Well, I mean,
so-
like it also depends on the purpose, on the person's type of.
What about an
Hey,
illegal? What about an illegal alien?
Heck, nah.
No,
she gotta have papers.
really.
Damn.
Because that's
So
in
you
all
don't
honesty-
import?
No.
You don't like foreign. You don't like
Look,
foreign goods.
Look, in all honesty,
You don't like foreign goods.
in all honesty, think
Foreign
about
goods.
this. In all honesty, like you end up marrying and then they get papers and then they leave you.
But
It's
what?
not
What?
like
If,
that all the time.
But
bro.
what
I
if?
mean, yeah, but you gotta be cautious
Damn.
about anything because
I mean, who's to say, right? Who's to say
Who's
she
to
won't?
say,
Who's to
bro?
Hey, bro.
who's to-
Nowadays, the law protects you, bro. So you gotta be married a couple years
Yeah,
now.
before, yeah.
yeah, but
So
Yeah,
why you?
but
So in
he's
those couple,
basically
so
saying
in those
that
couple
that girl
years,
can wait
bro.
out those couple years and then
Yeah.
still do you
Hey,
in dirt.
bro. But in those couple years,
But
you,
hey,
you-
bro,
you better give her
honestly,
some,
bro,
get some kids.
that
out of-
way, even
Some.
even look, bro, you
So
could,
she don't
you
go
could-
nowhere.
You
Tax
could,
deductibles.
you could start your own. You could start your own airline, and she still marries you. And she has her papers, and then once your airline's doing successful, she'll leave you, bro, and then
well, I
take
mean,
half of your shit.
well, when that
So
case,
either way, bro, you're fucked. These
So
women,
he's gonna make her sign a prenup, right?
you guys believe in prenups?
They sometimes
Do
work.
you?
They don't work successfully.
it depends.
Do you, Manny?
It depends.
Would you even? I didn't sign a prenup, so I'm fucked anyways. But
If I was in that tax bracket,
you would sign a
Yes.
prenup?
I would. If I was in that tax bracket and she's joining my team, yeah, she's prenup. Here you go. I'm being real,
Yo,
bro.
put the fucking camera on that man. He was dead ass serious right there.
He was like,
Hey, girl. I'm the catch here.
Sign here, initial here,
Hey,
Hey,
sign
hey,
here.
bro, when
here.
you're in that type of tax
And,
bracket,
and
bro.
thumbprint right here.
I need a bit of like saliva in there real quick. All right,
You
cool.
see the
Prick-
you see the
prick the thumb, bro. Prick the thumb,
Oh,
bro.
the blood.
Put some little blood on.
Hey, all right. I feel it. I mean, damn. Honestly, it just sucks. So that's the pool at.
I say if you're in
at
that,
LAX.
it's different if you're not in that tax bracket. You know,
Is there? Are you like in the department where they're like pushing the airplanes out or fully fueling them up? What department at LAX are you?
Well, I'm a
Just giving the
department-
cavity checks. I'm just kidding.
Well, nah.
Sick gang.
that moment, I like, I'm out. Either put me somewhere else or I'm out.
You're not
Like
trying
that
to do no
SpongeBob
cavity
meme?
searches?
Because like, heck no. But I'm like basically a customer's assistant agent. You know.
So you're in the front where the people are bags and like.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're wearing a suit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Every day?
Every day.
How does it feel?
I mean, it feels tiring at first, but then at like the end of the day, like you're there to like to work to make people smile.
Really?
Like, yeah.
That's part of their work.
That's
Like,
part of the
they,
work,
They,
bro.
they,
he
want
probably
you
has
to.
some
That's
crazy
part of the mission
stories
statement?
Of, like
Yeah.
customers,
Mm.
bro.
Oh yeah, plenty.
So
my bag to go right now.
Oh, no kidding, bro. Like they get
Every bag need to be expedited.
Yeah, like they get there 5 minutes late. We're already boarding, and then they're like, I want to send my bag. I'm like, Miss, you're like 5 minutes late. We can't. It's all the way to the other side, and look at TSA. You're not gonna make it on time. And she's like, I already have my boarding pass. And I was like, well, I mean, you got two options at this point. You either fly without your bag, or you stay and make changes for the next flight. He said, but I gotta get on this flight. I was like, okay, I understand. That's why I'm giving you two options. It's your decision whether you want to take it or not. And then
So you're the dickhead people got to deal with.
no, I'm not.
I'm
No,
just kidding.
Damn.
I'm basically.
He's like, I'm
it's
saying that the nice way. He's like, if I gotta call the manager, he becomes the.
Yeah. Oh, and they're like, you're no help. Let me get your supervisor. I was like, all right, that's no problem. I get the exact same thing I tell them. They tell the
You
client.
just right.
Exactly.
Just
Like,
reiterate.
So I'm like, what's the point of wasting your time that you could be making it to your flight? And you just
I
argue.
mean, you're just gonna waste time in the end because you were late in the first time.
Well, there's possibilities where she can make it if she runs like
To the
out.
flight, yeah.
To the flight.
Yeah.
Like there's moments where we're about to close.
Why is this airport set up like that?
Well, I mean, it's because it's due to the system. Because basically, domestic flights, you have to be there 2 hours before your flight. International,
is
3.
Oh, 3.
Max 4.
Oh shit.
That's why whenever there's a system, when we have so many flights, we're like, we expedite an hour before, then we close an hour before we start boarding because we're on the time schedule. And whether the captain wants to go early, then I mean, we gotta go early.
Also, it's on him. If he wants to
Yeah,
leave early, y'all.
Exactly. Yeah. So once the crew gets there, and then we tell them how many clients there are, how many services, how many wheelchairs. They're like, you know what? I want to leave early, so let's get them in as soon as possible. And whoever makes it, makes it. Whoever doesn't, doesn't.
Oh,
And then from
shit.
that point on, we can be like, no, you see, we have this many clients. We want to make sure, like, no, it's either like it's his plane, his rules. That's it. Whatever he says goes.
Oh shit.
And then we and then like
I am the captain.
yeah, basically. He's like, look at me. I am the captain now. Like that manner, bro.
Uh-huh.
And then we're like, okay, we gotta go how he wants to go.
Have you ever had people that are like randomly just pull up and trying to buy a ticket on it? Right
yeah. And
there?
then
Is
like
that usually more expensive or cheaper?
it's more expensive.
Really
Really?
expensive.
It's more
bro. Come
expensive
on.
because it's at the airport and it's international. So we're like, just a ticket right here is almost gonna cost you like almost $300.
Really?
Yeah. And plus, if you want to add like bags and stuff like that, double it. So I was like,
How about when people do those little tricks, bro, and they put their little foot, so it doesn't weigh as much?
oh no, I make sure that
Do you catch them?
oh, always. I go.
When they try to lift it?
I go put your bag on the scale. They put it and they're close to it. I go, could you back up a bit? He's like, I don't want something like that, but I need you to back up due to security reasons. So they back.
You're like 6 feet up.
No, but I was
That would
like,
be your best excuse right now. Sorry.
no. Funny thing, we have like a little like plastic thing that divides us.
Yeah.
So then
I've traveled during this time.
Yeah,
so
so we-
yeah.
I haven't. So you still have to
Yeah,
have your
it's,
vaccinate. You guys ask for vaccinations and all that shit?
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
they
it,
do.
it depends where you're flying to. Like if you're flying to Salvador, you do have to have your vaccination cards or your proof of COVID test. But the thing is, like some airlines accept rapid and some don't. They want PCR, and they want the proof of when you did it and when you received it, because it be valid within like a time limit. So because sometimes like I got my COVID vaccines and I got my test, and I go, just your vaccines are fine. So we have to make sure how many vaccines they got. Salvador now they're doing 3. What? Yeah.
So you have to have your booster with El Salvador too now? or what?
For that, I'm not too sure. Like whatever Salvador mandates, it's mandated. But as long as you have 2, you're fine. Like you're good to go.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's all.
He was thinking of traveling there. Now he's thinking again.
No, I mean like if you have
Oh.
both your shots,
I don't have shit.
You're fine. Oh, then you need your COVID test.
So, but my thing is, what happened when I land over there?
Over there, you would
You gotta
Cavity check.
quarantine.
you have to present your COVID test, and it has to be valid within that 72 hour. Like
And then
Well,
I
from
can,
what I know too, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you show up to LAX without COVID negative COVID test or your vaccine card, you can't even board the plane.
no,
If
no.
it's international, he's talking international.
I'm talking about international.
International, like
Yeah.
you're saying, if you don't have it, or
like
if you
let's
do
say
have
you're going to El Salvador, you get to the airport, you don't have not a vax card or a negative test, you won't be able to board the
Oh
flight.
yeah, no,
period.
you can't. Punto. Yeah, you can't. As
It-
long as you fight it, no, you
Like,
can't
because
make
as soon as when you get to El
What if I
Salvador,
pay you,
they're not
like,
really
hey,
gonna
bro?
be checking that
Nah.
stuff.
has anybody ever tried that type of stuff?
Yeah,
Like slide you some money?
yeah.
Have you ever
so
tried
many,
it? Some money.
so many times. They're like, one guy has 1 shot, and he was like, "But I get my second dose of it within another week." And I was like, "Is it a Johnson and Johnson?" He goes like, "No, it's a Pfizer, bro." And I was like, "I mean, you really can't do anything unless you get your COVID test."
So
or
even
your-
if
or
you
your
have
other
one
shot.
COVID shot, you need to go get tested.
Well, it depends on your shot though. Like Johnson and Johnson is a 1 dose. You're good to go. You're done. You pass. But if it's a Pfizer, you have to have the both doses.
Or Moderna.
Yeah, Moderna too. Exactly.
I'm gonna just get the pills. I'm waiting for those.
Oh, that's coming out. Yeah, they're saying that they're gonna do that at the pill.
I'm low key rather do the pill than
They get the shot.
Yeah,
but I mean, at
bro.
the same time, how are you gonna keep track of like if you took the pill, or you like stamp it like how they do the COVID thing or what?
I'm
Oh,
sure they're
who
gonna
knows
make
how
you
they gonna do
swallow in
that
front of
shit.
them. I'm pretty sure
Swallow.
you gotta go and then like
swallow
swallow
in
the pill.
front of me.
And be like,
Pause.
let me see inside your mouth that you took.
Nah, I think it's just gonna be
Nah, cause they gotta give you a little card that you did it.
That's what I'm saying.
Enzo, what's the difference between the pill and the shot?
I don't know. I'm
You're-
gonna find out when the pill comes out.
Just was curious about your opinion because you're.
Cause I don't know. I'll find out when the pill comes out, bro.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because you said
Do you hate shots?
You off bat would rather take the pill.
I just don't know what like. I already don't take a flu shot,
Mm.
but I've taken a Triciclina.
Oh, so you just feel. But
I,
that's what I'm
I
saying, you
feel more comfortable with a
yeah,
pill
pill,
than
yeah, I
taking
gotcha.
the vaccination. That I'm like,
Cause I know some people like are not taking the vaccination, but because they are allergic to the compounds in them, so they could die if like they get the shot.
I don't know about that. I personally don't
Yeah.
know about that, but I know I have my immunizations as a child. But shit, I don't know about. I just don't feel like the government should be poking me with anything after
Right.
13. I mean, they already did it when I was a kid, and I was a kid. I had no say over that, you know. But now that I have a say, shit. No, I'm good. I'm straight.
Right. It's like you rather prefer the more.
Have they already started like firing people from your job because they haven't got the vaccination?
Well, not really. Like it's like a 2 option type of way. It's either like 1, you show proof of your vaccination card, or 2, you get tested every week for COVID. So then like there was a whole debate about work. They're like, they're like, oh, now they're pushing the vaccine where you need it now. But then I tell them, would you really rather get poked every single week inside your nose, probably messing up your nose system, rather than just getting like
A lot of people do
one
coke
shot?
already. They're messing
I mean,
it up.
yeah, but I mean at the same time, like
I was
you
one
know.
of the few that could only repost that on Instagram this week. Guys, I didn't see you guys repost that. What's wrong with y'all?
little drug.
Fucking cokeheads in this room.
I don't follow trends on Facebook and Instagram.
All of
anyway,
a
so-
sudden, I don't follow trends, but he started a podcast in the beginning of the couple. No, I'm just kidding.
But I mean, yeah,
Well, how many other people you know have started podcasts? And
A lot. I have a few
I
clients that
actually don't
started it, so that's why I can say that.
I only know one of your clients.
That doesn't mean that some motherfucker doesn't have equipment.
Saying,
but I mean, yeah,
Touche, Marty. So touche.
it's like it's like every day you're facing new challenges, and then you gotta think, okay, how can I resolve this?
Has anybody ever pulled up and like said bomb and shit? Because you know how there's certain things you can't say in the airport.
Yeah. I mean, we've had so many like people where they just say
They're either
nonsense.
drunk or they're just trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they just think like it's gonna be a sarcastic joke, but I'm like, you're an idiot. You're at an international airport. There's cops around here like 24/7. You say that, they're gonna take you down as a freaking criminal, and it's gonna be to a point where you're not gonna be allowed to at least enter Terminal 1.
You're gonna have to leave out another terminal.
Exactly. Yeah, you're gonna have to like either leave through Ontario or like through Tijuana. But for that, they're gonna like see if you're able to fly.
If you're not
Exactly, like-
blacklisted or what is it?
Yeah.
No flight, like
No
you're in-
fly list. You're on a
you're
no
in-
fly
yeah,
no
exactly.
fly list.
It's like
So-
being blackballed, basically.
Yeah, so like you either be cautious about what you say, or you either travel through the road at that point. Because like there's some people that are idiotic. Like we've had so many drunk clients.
Yeah, 'cause
And-
that's
and
another
we'd
thing.
say-
I know friends and have friends that like they're scared of flying,
Mm-hmm.
so they like to get buzzed
Yeah.
like before the flight, and sometimes they might go a little overboard. And I know like that can happen where like they might blur and say things that they shouldn't be saying,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah,
Like we could check them in. We can't deny them the service. We could check them in, but we have to let like our superior know, like our supervisor. We tell them like, hey, it's before we give him his passport back, we tell him like, hey, this client's drunk and stuff like that. And then like, okay, just tell him that he has to sober up before we start boarding, because what if he's
You
what
could throw up in the air.
exactly, and then like what if he starts asking for more drinks inside the aircraft, and inside the aircraft it's more easier to get buzzed because of the altitude. And we're
I've got it.
consuming alcohol.
I remember the last time I was so sober, I was pill popping and I took drink. That's the first time I mixed it. I was fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way back I remember I saved like 2 pills on my way back from El Salvador to United States, and those shits knocked me out. But I woke up next to a volcano. Like, what the fuck? I showed you guys a photo, remember? I was like, what the hell? There's a volcano right there. I was tripping.
Yeah, and then like we tell
What
them,
happens when you find drugs in people's shit?
Oh, in that instance, everything's on halt. Everything, because now they have to debunk the plane.
What?
Like we've gone through like this whole security issue. They have to debunk the plane.
Which
They-
is, that means clear everything off?
Clear
yeah,
everything,
clear
yeah.
everything, even the crew. We have
because you don't know who did it or who
Exactly.
brought it on.
So we have to clear everybody out, and then each one of them pat down until the whole plane is clear. Then from that,
Would you
instance-
bring a whole new staff as well, or like?
Well, I mean, they would check us as well. Well, I mean, you really can't really get away with it because there's like a bunch of cameras when you're walking down. So like,
So how would you find out there was a drug on the plane now?
So like basically, if one person's acting very erratic, starts sweating, like we ask them, "Are you okay to fly?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm just nervous." But if you keep acting that way, we're like,
Yeah, there's tells that you're
okay.
getting too nervous.
yeah, you're like, that's kind of a red flag. So that's why we like.
So damn, somebody can still bring coke in a bag because it doesn't smell,
basically, yeah,
and all they gotta do is act cool.
yeah. And then like, there's some instances where like I've seen other airlines where they do have that issue, and then they bring the dog. And then once in my mind, I go like, if they bring the dog, it's case
over.
done. You're
Right.
done.
You're gonna
like,
get smelled.
exactly. And then from that instance, they check the bags. While security and CBP is checking the plane, other officers are checking the bags, and that could cause you like at least 2 to 3 hours delay. So then at the same time, you're like, damn, this flight was supposed to go out on time. And, it just messes with you because like, let's say you have 6 flights. You're working on 2 flights. Now that now that flight gets delayed. Now you gotta jump on another flight,
Yeah.
and then you gotta leave one of your coworkers alone to deal with that issue while you start the other flight.
Damn.
So it's like it's a big
What
old
about the
headache.
issue that I mean this happened probably like a month ago? The whole issue of when they just told people, hey, due to weather, you guys can't fly, right?
Mhm.
You know what happened and what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Why can't
But
we
it's
name drop
like
them? Fuck them. You don't work for them.
But you know when that situation
South?
happens, like, how do you deal with all those people? Like all those people, you know, being upset and all that, you know.
Yeah, like if in that instance when that does happen,
Like a whole
Because I'm sure they're
you
all
got
like
200.
they want a
200
refund, they want a hotel, like
Yeah.
everybody's fighting for something.
I mean, like, and then that instance, like, I've seen other airlines, like, it has happened to them. And they tell them, like, due to the circumstances of the weather, your flight has been canceled. And then I see it from afar, and like, it's just a whole bombard. Like, the
A
clients,
mob.
yeah, the clients get up, they're all angry, they start recording, and they're like, we want a refund, we want this, we want that. And then they explain to them, because, like, I pass by, because we have, like, sometimes we share the gates. And then I hear it, like, we really can't give you a refund because it wasn't due to our issue. It was due to the climate, where they have no control over it. But sometimes the clients really don't like it when you say that, because then all of a sudden it's like, no, I paid for this ticket and I want out, like, immediately. But I mean, like, there's really nothing you could do. All we could do is, like, offer you a next departure date, but with no charge. That's it. And then I'm
That
hearing
means
it.
you're just using that ticket for the next.
Exactly. Like, we're not charging you. We're not doing anything. We're just transferring
Changing.
you over, basically. We want to get you as soon as that as possible. And, we're sorry that this happened, but, it's like, it's to a point where sometimes
Have you ever had a Home Alone experience?
a Home Alone experience.
Yeah.
Which one's that one?
Like you seen the movie Home Alone?
There's a few of them, bro. Give them the scenario.
So like a kid gets left and then the mom.
Well, not really. No, because we always make sure, like,
That'd be crazy, man.
because, like, when a
Kid
mother
just gets behind.
when a mother flies with us and she's like, oh, I got my kids with me. We're like, okay, where are your kids? Well, they're coming. Well, we can't board you unless your kids are around you.
Right.
And then, like, we ask how many kids do you have? Like, 5. Okay, I only see 4. Where's the 5th one? And then she starts panicking.
That's happened.
And then, like, and then the funniest thing is, like, the kids just walk.
It's like that one movie.
It's like the kids just walking, like, peacefully.
What movie, Mauricio?
Home Alone.
You guys seen that movie where this lady she designs the plane and everything like that?
Oh yeah.
And then mid-flight she falls asleep, and then
Her
her daughter
daughter
just
goes
goes missing. And then they check flight
Oh.
records,
Mm.
and they
That's
never
where,
had
the
Jodie
guy
Foster.
from Taken, right?
Jodie Foster.
The
comes
guy
out
from
in-
Taken has
Liam
to-
Neeson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He has
it's
to
Jodie.
fly
Liam
her.
Neeson's not in that. That's
No,
different.
Is it
it's-
that one?
No,
It's
it's
different.
Jodie Foster's the.
She's the main
designer.
character. Yeah, yeah.
That's where like the daughter did the heart on the window, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, I know she was on this plane.
Yeah, and then she ends up
Yeah.
being in the bottom of the plane and shit,
Mhm.
like sleeping.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah, and
put
they're
her there
transporting
again?
her
I
dead husband
forget,
as well
bro.
in that plane
Yeah.
in the casket,
Yeah.
and she was like right next to
You
it.
sure Liam Neeson is not in that one?
Nah, it's some other dude.
I
It's not
think you're
Liam Neeson.
confusing-
Because I remember
I
a
think-
marshal like helps her.
I think you're confusing
to
with. I
investigate.
think you're confusing him with Nonstop, because I've seen that movie.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I mean, yeah, there's some instances where we're like,
I think it is nonstop.
we have to make sure the kids are with you 24/7. Like,
What about pets?
okay, pets. Now that
yeah, bro. What if I
that's-
want to bring my emotional ostrich, bro?
okay,
Whoa.
an ostrich. That's
No,
like
because you know how like
Okay,
people.
what
What
Yeah.
you guys banned it? Where like now I think it's only cat and dogs only.
Mhm.
Because I remember like people were bringing like porcupines, iguanas, and that was like their emotional pet. That's why I'm being really exaggerating and
Yeah.
saying my.
Man,
Emotional
what
ostrich.
if I want to bring my ant farm?
No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that's it. Like,
That's
what if it
fucked
breaks
up.
and then like there's an infestation of ants?
You're the racist tutorial.
It's like racist. But I mean, the pet, it's if it's a pet on board, it's fine. But we have to make sure, like, it could make a full turn, and then it could sit.
What do you mean a full turn?
So basically, if a pet goes with you on board or in the belly, it's basically saying like there's room for the pet. The pet's not crammed in there.
Oh,
So like
see.
it could turn.
in its
In
little
a
thing.
cage.
It's,
In the
yeah, it's
cage
a little
that it's
cage.
in.
So it can go on board with you.
On board with you, but it has to be like those little like foldable
foldable.
foldable fabric cases with like there's
Mm.
pockets where they can able to breathe, pop their
Right.
head out, whenever they want to, and you have to have all your vaccination cards, the rabies and all the information. Same thing with the pad that goes underneath the plane.
It's called Flight Plan.
You know. Oh, the film,
Yeah, Flight Plan.
Flight Plan.
Yeah, really good film with Jodie Foster.
Mm.
Man, I like Silence by the Lambs with her.
Oh, that's a classic.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
I
What's it?
don't
Oh,
know.
it's
This
called,
is the
yeah.
guy that you're thinking is Liam Neeson, by the way.
Oh,
No,
I
he's-
remember it's like he's a marshal, right?
Yeah,
Like
he
helps her. I
something
remember.
like that, and then they're
He
all
helps
like
her
in on it.
investigate.
A little sidetrack question. Since we were talking about ant farms, how do you guys feel about Ant-Man being the sexiest man alive?
What?
And then Ryan Reynolds making fun of him.
I don't understand that.
He got voted today.
Because
that's
last
why
year,
he's the
last year was
sexiest
last year was Michael B. Jordan, and I was
Yeah.
like, I can understand that. Like
Yeah.
all the girls like that. I ain't never seen a girl go crazy over Ant-Man.
I have no idea.
one. Hey, bro.
Some people are different, have
Hey,
different
I don't know,
interests.
bro. For a
Popularity
lot of people,
Yes.
a lot of people out there are too young to remember that Ant-Man is actually that one guy from the 40 Virgin. The one that's going out with the Indian chick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When that brings the big box of porn to Andy.
Yep.
He's like, "No, Andy, I don't want to watch School of Cock with you." When he's
See,
really
I would see if he was the sexiest man alive back then, because he was younger. But now he's 52.
This fool's old.
Old fart.
Yeah, but he's a wild boy.
Come
too,
on, I
man.
mean, if you were George Clooney,
he does some crazy pranks too. Wild boy.
pause. Wow, boy.
Yeah, he is, man.
No, but yeah, like going back to the
Yeah, back to the LAX.
the pets like underneath. That is like, you know, same thing. The cage has to be big enough for the dog to make a full turn, lay down, and be comfortable. So we have to make sure. And then if it's not, we
How
go-
secure is the dog underneath the plane?
So this is how we do it. The way
Cage is flying crazy, bro.
the way that we do it is
Mhm.
once we have to call TSA so they can approve the cage.
Mm.
So once they approve of
So
it,
no big dogs, right?
yeah, no, big dogs are
Big
allowed.
dogs too.
Big dogs are allowed,
Mm.
but it has to be like to a point where it doesn't pass the dimensions of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying because I know that there's a limit in weight and dims.
Mm-hmm.
Because you also need to space and organize everything. There's
Yeah.
a certain amount that you can't go over.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So then, like, it's to a point where sometimes, if it's like the cage is too big, we just it's just a charge of like oversized, basically.
Mm.
It's like it's just too big. But
Yeah.
the pet's still gonna travel.
So I'm assuming a horse can't be taken.
Oh heck no, no.
Ever.
Ever.
You probably can, bro, on DHL. If it's just like a freight transfer. Not a car, not a a plane that's meant for people.
Yeah,
It has to probably be a cargo thing.
it's like
So you can't even
cargo-
try. Like, let's say I want to take my car with me.
Nah, that's,
No,
that's
it
a
It
has
has
cargo
to be a
it's cargo.
transport. It has to be like.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a cargo
But
plane.
so, have you ever had anybody
That's
like
what
ask you for
Formula
that?
No.
Formula One does. Bro.
Never.
DHL.
Really?
never.
Like a rich billionaire, like I want to just go first class, fuck
Nah.
it, but I want to take my Maserati with me.
Well, I mean, we tell them like, sir, in that instance, you have to speak with cargo. You
Oh,
know?
and like you direct them to cargo.
Yeah, we tell them like, cargo's in this location, so if you want to go speak to them, you can go speak to them.
Really? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because usually at LAX, you see cargo planes like a lot. FedEx,
Mm-hmm.
UPS,
Yep.
and like some internationals, they take cargos.
DHL, man.
Like if they're big enough, they'll ship cargo.
and you paying?
Yeah,
They'll
basi-
ship your
yeah.
shit.
The max, I think is I don't know. Most of them only take about to 1,000 pounds, I believe.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like if the captain
No,
wants,
but I'm saying like per package. Like that's the max
Oh, yeah.
that you can do on a freight package. If
It-
you're gonna do like a freight air.
it can't go like over because
Mhm.
now it's like you're putting the plane at risk of
Exactly.
coming down.
Yeah.
Because like there's some videos, like we saw videos during our training where, a tank was being deployed with a cargo plane, and it got unhooked from the inside, so it wasn't safely secured.
So
Oh,
like,
so
the
it messes up the
distribu-
yeah,
weight
weight, it-
distribution.
So the
Mhm.
tank comes rolling down. It comes rolling down, and you see the plane take off, and then it just hits. It just goes down automatically.
everybody died.
Everybody dies. And
Shut
the
up.
plane blows up.
Yeah, it's
'Cause-
bad weight distribution.
Yeah, and you're mixed with like firepower, oil, acid,
Mm-hmm.
and the
No,
fuel.
everybody
And the
died.
fuel's in
Is
the
like-
wings.
Yeah, and the fuel's
Yeah.
like burning hot.
So how
everybody died.
probable is it that someone walking down the street gets hit with poop that gets taken out of the airplane?
Like underneath the plane, and then
You know how like 'cause I was seeing an article recently where this guy was walking. He was in Arizona or something, and
Mhm.
like
Oh,
literally
that
human
they released.
feces
They released
fell on
it.
him from
Nah.
the airplane.
Nah, like how airplanes work, like there's a special tank for for waste distribution.
Yeah.
And
So
it
the-
collects it there, right? It
Exactly. The
doesn't-
only
they don't release it from the
no,
sky.
the only way that it's able to be dispersed is through a special tool where they open it and the valve is open to distribute the waste.
Yeah, it's like a little canister,
Yeah.
and it's also close to the wing where it goes.
Pretty
little
sure there's a
canister.
button next to the cockpit that it's like
Why you gotta say
No.
cock
messes
pit?
up and he just
He's just being Mauricio, bro.
No, but yeah, like they take us in through the plane. They take us like through a whole training, how the plane works, how to board a plane if it's a big size. Because if it's like a medium-sized plane, we could be like group 1, 2, 3, 4, how many groups ever we have because of the big of the plane.
I just random question that just
Yeah.
came into my head. Do they also teach you like the different models and brands and all that?
Yeah,
Like this is a Boeing, this is an Airbus,
Mhm.
this is an A320,
yeah,
757, all that.
all that.
Okay.
that. Like they tell us, we're gonna have the new Airbus 320, 321, or
The Dreamliners,
Boeing, yeah, or like
Yeah.
the Boeings, like
the 777s.
the 777s. Sometimes when we see like the 2-story ones,
Mm-hmm.
I call them double deckers.
Yeah.
So 'cause I go by that analogy. I was like, they're gonna be using a double decker, but double decker plane because of the 2 levels. So in that instance, it's a specific way to board the flight.
When's the last time you took a flight?
The last time I took a flight was like in 2019, so before the whole pandemic happened.
And you haven't been.
No.
How was your experience? Did you still work throughout?
But also,
the
you,
pandemic?
No.
you get miles through your job, don't you? Or you get discounts?
Well, it
Like,
depends.
if you wanted to.
It depends your seniority though, 'cause I'm still basically considered like as a new
Mhm.
person.
How long you been there then?
So it's gonna be like 2 years next year.
And you're still considered a new person?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Damn.
Yeah. So like you have to like basically climb up the ranks up there.
They pay decent.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
that's
pay
good.
decent.
That's cool. That's cool.
So like, let's say you have like a big big aircraft. The way that you board it is like half of the back, half of the front, because you don't want the plane to tilt backwards or
Yeah.
tilt forward.
Weight distribution.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Could do
So
to-
what if like let's say you have a very obese client?
we
How's
really
that?
we really can't deny him the service, because that's basically if we deny him the service, that's basically like discrimination towards that person.
Really?
Yeah.
So is there a special seat for him?
Yeah. Like we
Do you have to like make them buy 2 tickets?
No, there is instances where if he's able to sit like in one seat, he's
Mhm.
cool. It's just the only issue would be like the seatbelt. That one.
Oh,
So
yeah, if
they
you
give
can't
him.
buckle up.
Yeah, so we give him like an extended seatbelt.
Yeah, exactly.
So where they just clip it for safety.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
like
it's
over
an
there-
extension to
yeah.
the same seatbelt.
Over there, same thing. If a kid's flying by himself, we ask, where's your adult? Oh, we're like, where's your guardian? Where's your parent or your uncle? Like whoever brought you here. Like, oh, he's over there. We're like, all right, we can't check you in by yourself. He has to be here present. And then the parent has to come, and we tell him like, you gotta fill out paperwork, because he's a kid.
Oh, when they want to let them fly alone?
Yeah. So we tell him like,
Yeah.
we give him a bunch of paperwork, and it's like complaining like, man, you guys give up so much paperwork. I go, well, it's because he's a kid. Look how big this place is. He might get lost. He might get on a different flight. We want to secure him that he gets on this flight and not on a different flight.
Right.
So then,
Has that ever happened? Kid gets lost. That's flying
no.
alone? Damn, that's kind of
Like if a kid does get lost,
Was lying.
like if a kid does get lost and we see that he's lost, we go straight towards the kid. Like we're like, where's your parents at? Where you're flying to? And like, do you have a cell phone? Do you know their number? Do you know who? Do you know what's their name? And then we go to like the nearest intercom, and then we page, so and so parents, your son is here looking for you guys. He'll be here, because the main priority is not to move from the spot that you found the child. So you don't have to be like going up. The parents come, have to go up. You go down. You get me? So in that instance, it's like if a kid gets lost, it's like your main priority is like to make sure the kid goes to the parent on time from
Damn.
that point on.
And then when you guys are landing or if they're landing over there, you guys make sure that they're gonna get picked up by the right person too.
Yeah, like before we hand like, cause we have a bunch of parents like they just want to run inside and receive the kid, and they can't. We're like, we tell them, you gotta wait right there. You're like, nobody's my kid. I go, I understand that, but due to security, I have to make sure it's you who's picking them up.
Where's your ID?
So that, yeah, we ask for their ID, and
What happens if somebody doesn't have an ID?
we tell them like, we really can't give 'em- we can't turn them into you.
Well, we have Thanksgiving in a couple weeks, and then after that we have
Christmas.
So tell me about the holiday season.
No, hold on. I still wanted to ask him about the COVID. How did COVID impact your work? Did you work through COVID?
No, I didn't. They laid me off because from that point on, it was gonna be basically almost a year.
Seniority.
Yeah. So then it told me like, due to the pandemic, we only want like, vets during this flight. And I was like, it's cool, I understand. So then I was able to do like a lot during the pandemic.
All right, so
I went
holiday season, bro. Tell me how.
Hold on. You didn't even finish your stop, bro.
I went like to Texas through
Uh-huh.
road. So I was like, it was a good experience. And on my way back, they started calling me back to work.
Oh,
So it
shit.
actually worked really well. Because they were like, okay, we need you back because we're getting more flights. So I was like, all right, cool.
Like I said, bro,
hop on
aviation pays.
back. Let's jump back.
That's what's up.
Let's jump back on the train. Let's jump back where we left off.
Right. And
from
then
that
you
point on.
just got back on it
Yeah.
like nothing ever happened.
Exactly. Like
You just masked up. That was the only difference.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, that's crazy. So,
Masked
Mauricio,
up,
you were
gloves,
saying
and
the
goggles.
Thanksgiving's coming up. What were you
Oh,
asking?
there's gonna be a lot of flights.
Oh yeah,
Well, just
max like almost
how's that-
8,
how's that-
7.
How's that season for you?
Thanksgiving and Christmas are like the most busiest ones ever. Because people
Yeah.
want to fly out. I feel like because
How
with
many
the
hours would you say you worked during that season a week?
season a week, I'd almost like work.
Like we're
prob-
talking about, like let's say this Thanksgiving week coming up. How many hours do you think you'll work?
probably like 4.5. Sometimes there's points where I like almost worked up like 7 hours.
Straight
7 hours
But
max.
I'm talking about like in a week.
In a week.
Yeah.
In a
When
week.
you guys have those busy
Mhm.
vacation schedules or there's holidays coming up. What do you?
In a week, I'd say like almost 36 hours, but minus lunch would be like you minus the 30 minutes of the lunches. It would be like almost 30 hours.
But is that
a
like
week.
your regular week?
Nah, like I go schedule by schedule.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I
like
see.
it depends. Like whenever.
But I'm pretty sure even those 36 hours is hectic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hectic.
I feel that.
You gotta make sure the flight goes out on time. You gotta make sure if
Nah,
everybody's
we're
like,
dealing
there.
with people, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the life at LAX, guys. But I want
Wait,
to
I have
talk
a
to you
quick.
guys about.
I have a quick question for him, real quick. Anthony, what's the most challenging part of your job? You could say.
The most challenging part is like when you go to customs and they ask for a
Okay.
translator.
So you have to
Yeah, the
translate?
translator.
Yeah, I do.
Oof.
They're like when
And
there's-
then if you don't understand their Spanish.
yeah, but there's most times where I understand it. They're like they ask the sort of questions and I respond to them, and the officer looks at me. I've been tested once where this officer knows Spanish, but he was like acting dumb, and then I walk away and he goes like he calls me over and I go, yes sir, do you have any other questions? He goes like, see, I know Spanish, but I was testing you to see if you're telling me the truth.
Why do these people do that? What
Ba-
authority do they have to do that to you?
Because basically, like if I'm lying, I'm helping them come into the country. Because sometimes,
But
I-
is
Yeah,
it-
inside
that-
workers.
exactly. Because
is that
sometimes,
real?
what happens like they
Bro,
over.
you're watching Narcos,
Bruh.
Bruh, that never
stop
happened in
it.
Narcos, and I hadn't seen Narcos all fucking.
Bro, they give coke to pilots to take over. What are you talking about?
Bro,
Yeah.
but we're talking about somebody that's like
They're
a
still within
pilot.
the airlines,
we're
bro.
talking about a pilot though. We're not interviewing a pilot. We're interviewing somebody that works way under a
Well,
pilot.
we did
bro.
interview a pilot. Shout out to Alex Iwan. Hey,
I
episode
mean,
5.
he not really that kind of pilot yet. He's
What
not a
do you
commercial
mean?
airplane. He was doing like
No, bro.
I don't even think I was
Exactly, bro. You weren't on the.
here.
I wasn't
You
there
were
for
here,
that
bro.
episode. And
Shout out
I,
to Alex Iwan.
but
Alex
all
Iwan.
I've seen on his
Yeah.
Instagram is like his private flights, like him and those
But
little.
he doesn't
I
post
haven't seen,
because
like-
of the stuff that he signs. The way he's
Nah, he posts
Yeah.
things from his cockpit, bro. Pull it up
I
right
haven't
now.
seen it. Like
I mean, like some.
I've
Nah,
only
but
seen
what
the
I'm
other
saying is
ones.
that he doesn't post like what airline he works for and all that, but he does fly commercial.
Mhm.
Like he is a trained
Interesting.
pilot.
Like,
to fly
see, I mean,
commercial.
I'm not mentioning the company that I work for. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
what happens during the whole job
yeah,
process. It's like, like they do have the authority because basically, if I'm lying to them, helping them get into the country is because sometimes.
No, but my thing is the authority to want to test you like that, like to be like, oh, you seem like you're gonna do
Well,
the country dirty, or
well-
you're gonna allow something like.
Well, because the biggest thing is like.
Like, what suspicion did you give, Anthony?
The biggest thing there is like if the passenger's like crying and like pleading.
do you
that-
get compassionate and compromise your job because of that? person?
Exactly. Like, are you willing to sacrifice your job just to help this person come in?
Why would somebody be trying to come in?
Because sometimes, like, you never know if whatever they're facing is true or not. Like, when this
Bro,
client,
if a woman's crying in front of you, dog,
like, are you not gonna have
put that
sympathy?
scenario.
Yeah. Like a woman with
You
kids.
just want to take pity over her.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, why would a custom agent not allow a woman that's crying in the country? What is
Because-
the reasoning behind?
They're
What
not a
did she
pity
do?
party, bro.
Because
It's not a pity party.
The-
Bro.
Yeah, but why?
This
Like,
is facts over
obviously,
feelings, dog.
if you have a fucking, if you have a passport, that means you're able to get around, right?
no.
Nah.
So then what? That's what I'm asking. What is
So,
impeding them from
ba-
getting through? Why would
basic-
she start crying? Like,
Basically, it would be like if they overstayed, because they'd be like, "When's your return flight?" They go, "Oh, within like 2 weeks." Are you sure? Yeah. Can I see your ticket? Here it is. Okay. Then they stamp it. Okay, you have to be out within these 2 weeks. Okay,
Mm.
that's fine. Then they stay for 6 months, and then that's when they halt me, like, you overstayed for 6 months. What was the reason why? And you're coming back again? Why? And then that's when
and then
they
the questionnaires start happening.
exactly. That's when they ask you, why are you here for? Are you working? Who's here? Who are you visiting? So that's when they get bombarded with questions.
Mhm.
And so they start getting nervous.
See, that's what I was just trying to clarify, and for my listeners too, audience, like, you just throwing some vague stuff out there. It's like, no,
Yeah.
what is the context of why this lady would start crying? Like, what pressure is she under?
Well, it doesn't.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
doesn't. It could be anything though.
And
There's
that-
a lot of people who
and
get
peop-
emotional just to get
and,
emotional.
and people
bro.
get needed
That's true.
examples of. I mean, to be honest, like, I mean, I don't know.
Let's be real. He's dealing with emotional people all
I am.
day,
I mean, but
Yeah.
like,
and he's got to become numb to that.
Like,
and that's
to
why
perform
I'm
his
not, I'm not
job.
saying that. I'm saying that's why I was asking for examples of
Yeah.
what is something that would bring emotion out that much to somebody that starts crying at the airport.
like legit, I've learned this like over the job. I was like, it comes to a point where once you clock in, you put your emotions aside.
I mean, that's any job though.
Like,
to be honest.
you just
shit.
You're just like that person. Like, you can't take sympathy over them. Like, like, oh, I'm
Business
here
is
to
business, strictly
Yeah.
financial.
like I'm here to meet my son. Okay, I understand that, but I mean, whatever he says, it goes. I have no authority over him.
So at the end of the day, the customs has a majority authority in the whole airport,
Yeah.
even over the cops that be around.
Well, basically, the cops that are there, they work for the airport. So it's like it depends the branch that you're in. If you're in customs, you're in customs. If you're protecting the airport, you're protecting the airport. I've heard so many stories of there, like in Terminal 2, I believe there was like a shooting, like not too long ago, like a couple years back.
I was gonna
And
ask
then,
you
like,
about that real quick.
Like
Could-
a TSA agent got killed over that. And
Really?
yeah. And like from that point on, they shut the whole airport down. Like they cancel flights. They make sure that person is dealt with, and then they do investigations.
I was gonna ask you last question before we move on to the episode of the podcast. About firearms. How does somebody legally take a firearm on board?
So basically, that
Has it been done internationally?
No,
Also, You can't-
international is not permitted at all.
really?
Not at all.
You can't take an
You
international.
can't. Domestic is allowed. International, not at all.
What? So
Yeah.
if I was going to El Salvador now,
You can't.
I had to call El Salvador or what?
No, basically what happens is like you have to have it either shipped to you, like regular cargo, like regular mail.
Uh-huh.
You can't take it with you on board.
What about under the belly? Not
Nope.
tampoco.
Tampoco.
So it's only domestic.
Only domestic.
Interesting.
Until like
All
you
these
can go
TikTok
hunting.
people. all these-
exactly.
What
Yeah.
are hunting where?
like within the country.
Oh
if you're
yeah, for
trying to
sure.
go
But
hunting and
I'm
all that.
assuming like, what if you're like, I mean, I would only assume maybe a secret agent or
Well, I mean,
or,
yeah,
or
see,
like guys like that have the authority or the
Yeah,
pass to do
well,
stuff like that.
I
Well,
mean,
they can
if-
probably conceal carry.
yeah.
yeah, but internationally, the laws in other countries different. That's what I was asking. Like,
But they have to be informed that.
exactly
That
that
have
they're
to be
coming in.
international police at that point. They're the ones that can.
Like,
Nah, but
they're-
I would
they're
say like
informed.
CIA or
No, like if they're
or
Interpol, all that.
Interpol for
yeah.
sure. That's
Interpol does have the
Interpol.
green
Yeah,
light, yeah.
that's
Mhm.
Interpol, bro. I have a client that was Interpol.
I'm saying
but-
international police. That's what Interpol is.
But
Yeah.
I'm talking about CIA and like Secret
Bro.
Service. I feel like they would be able to,
I mean,
Well-
Secret Service for the most part, they're on their own aircrafts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then
That's
on top
still-
of that,
I mean, you
CIA.
you're still
Private
land,
planes.
but you're still
CIA
landing. I mean, they're not private, bro. It's the country's plane. My taxpayer pays for that plane. It's not private.
But it's private to them, right?
I mean, they're using it, but that doesn't make it
But it's
private.
private to them, bro.
right?
Private to them.
None of us can go on that plane, bro. That's what it. That's what
I
the.
mean,
That's,
What do you mean, bro? Like,
bro.
you know how many?
We're
You know how
gonna
many?
get
Just 'cause our
stuck in
taxpayer-
technicalities now?
yeah, just because
Nah,
our
I'm
taxpayers pay for it doesn't mean
He's
that we
like,
can
hold
board
up,
that flight.
hold
I'm
up.
not
Let me
saying-
just say something.
Hey,
real
I'm
quick.
Miss
I'm not
Mines,
saying
bro. I'm
I'm
going
a-
Air Force One today.
I'm not saying that either, bro. But I'm saying like y'all acting like
My
it's.
tax money. money paid for it.
Y'all acting like it's a private plane, like a shuttle, like a
Bro,
little
it is,
private-
dog. It literally is. They have a bet on that shit. They have everything on there, bro.
Bro, mad planes have beds on. I mean, in the sense that like, oh shit, it's privately owned. No, bro, it's owned by the country. The Air Force One is owned by the country. It's not owned by a private company, unless you really want to get technical.
You know
and
what
be
the
like,
private company
oh,
is
the
called?
Corporation of America.
There you go.
But is it really?
I had to tell you that. I had to tell you that.
Bro,
like-
I told you that.
He's like, let me get your
No,
facts
you
straight.
tell me.
But
All right, let's go on. What are the things you want to ask us, Maureen?
All right, man. Well, right now we didn't have Sports Wave this week, so we're gonna have a
we
little
had it on Saturday, bruh.
little Sports Wave segment of it right now. So
Well, the
first
things we
thing is
didn't cover that
OBJ
I
cleared
know.
waivers. OBJ cleared waivers, and then he's kind of named his suitors that he wants to go after, and one of them is the good old Saints. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, he also named the Chiefs, and I think I want to say the Rams as well. But he
And the
named those
Packers.
teams. Oh, the Packers. My bad. So it was the Packers, the Chiefs, and the Saints. Earlier in the week,
the
he said the
Seahawks in there?
Seahawks.
Why not them Rams, bro? Like, huh? How about them Rams?
I don't know, man.
About them Rams. Them Rams.
I think the Rams was also a viable option, but it's
It's
just,
just because they're taking all these old players. That's what I'm saying.
oh, OBJ's not old. He's far from it.
I mean,
He's
they just
old
released
gears.
Deshaun Jackson, so it's not really.
Yeah, I think that he's looking to go to a team that really needs him in a sense.
That he'll be primary.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to be like, for example,
Secondary.
Cooper Kupp is handling it here in LA.
He wants more reps. Basically.
Yeah, Saints would be the perfect option because Mike Thomas is out
We need a wide receiver.
and they need a wide receiver. The Chiefs need a wide receiver really desperately as well. The Packers, I mean, it'd be another weapon for Aaron Rodgers next to Devontae Adams. And
That's
you know,
even if-
Lazard.
That's even if Aaron Rodgers is there next year.
well, all this right now. This is for right now. This isn't even about next year. This has to all do with the next 6 months and the next 6 weeks. Better said.
So he should go to the Chiefs, right, where he can win a Super Bowl.
He can win a Super Bowl with all the teams we just mentioned, actually. And the Chiefs are actually the
Saints
worst.
don't-
the
Saints don't even
Chiefs-
got a QB.
The Chiefs are the worst team
Yet.
in that after actually of all the teams I just
Who
mentioned.
are they getting, Byron?
Taysom Hill's got to come back.
I mean, it doesn't matter, bro.
This
You,
guy got a smile saying
you
that,
they,
man.
they, the,
He's
the-
like-
I got
He's
faith in my.
he's
I got
saying
faith in
that-
my team.
First of
man.
all-
He's saying that like they're going to the Super Bowl, man.
First of
We
all,
are
right
doing
now, the way the
Super Bowl.
Saints work, bro, is that they're kind of a plug-in type of thing. As long as they have a competent quarterback right there, they're going to make it happen. I think they should just go after Cam Newton and stop bullshitting because
That's what I've been saying.
they don't want to. They don't want to waste the. They're having
I'm like, just
for not having a stable
He's a-
quarterback.
he's a
They're still having a
decent-
good season.
I'm like, he's a decent quarterback to just pick up and have.
Yeah, so I mean, I would suggest getting Cam Newton for sure,
I'd say the same thing.
especially for the rest of the
What?
season. For the Saints,
Yes.
bro.
Yes,
Yes,
you
bro.
Saints fan, you heard it. I said it
No.
too. They
Cam
should pick up
Newton
Newton.
is done in the NFL, bro.
Nah, bro. Hell no. I
What did he
think-
do? What did he do with the Patriots? Nada.
That's the Patriots, bro.
And that's the
Yeah.
Patriots.
Well,
Bill
I mean,
Belichick. Are you
look,
serious?
The Patriots are
you,
like,
you sound like a very uninformed NFL player.
like basically when since
That's
Brady,
Bill Belichick, the
since-
best.
since-
Come on.
I think
since Brady
I
left,
think the thing about Belichick is I
Hey,
think
bro.
he's a different style
And-
of coaching.
Bro,
he's-
he got a rookie looking good.
in all
He has
honesty,
a really looking good, but
and
look at the
Come
style.
on,
of,
you got
look
a
at the
Cam
style.
Newton. He's a former
But Cam
MVP in the
Newton
league.
Look at the
doesn't play
style.
that
Yeah, that
style,
style is
bro.
different.
He
And Bill
doesn't fit
Belichick,
into that system,
Bill Belichick,
bro.
if you've noticed too, bros, he always makes sure that defense is gonna bail out that quarterback
Cam Newton
as well.
does not need to be
Right.
in a Saints jersey.
yeah, but at
I
the
think
at the
I
same
think
time,
it wouldn't be the worst idea.
He
that'd
should
be
go
the
to
last resort.
he should go to Denver Broncos before he goes to the Saints.
at the same time,
I
you
mean,
gotta
we have
got-
Teddy Two Gloves.
Hey,
You guys
hey,
are trying to
bro.
get Teddy Two Gloves off
He-
of us, and
he-
we
he
didn't
wouldn't be mad
trade
if
him
he
for
went
you
to
guys.
the Broncos, bro.
look at the same
Nah,
time.
at this
Would be
point,
happy,
I wouldn't.
bro.
But at the
You
same
could
time,
take
we
him,
have
bro.
Teddy Bridgewater, so it's like, why are we gonna have two quarterbacks
Why
to do the
not?
same thing?
Who's to say why not?
Look, in all honesty,
Liability.
You guys need it for
in-
liability right now.
in
more
all
than
in
anything.
all
Ian Book.
honesty,
Nobody
since-
want him.
In all honesty, since Brady left, like a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Cam Newton better perform at the exact same level as Brady." But I mean, at the same time, you can't compare yourself to like a person who has like what 6 or 7 like champion rings. I mean, Brady's
Of course
a
not. He's
GOAT.
Brady. He's a GOAT, but I
Exactly.
feel like the coach is a great coach.
Yeah,
He's a great coach, but just because you're a great coach doesn't mean that whoever you pick up is gonna be good in your system.
I mean,
Cam Newton, for me, like if you look at it prior, like his college years, really amazing. He just hasn't clicked yet. Now,
Cam Newton clicked in the NFL already, bro. He had a damn near perfect season, went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Broncos.
but that was
Never-
that time.
I mean, that was
But he
that
could
was
go
his
to the
prime.
Saints.
That was his prime.
You
and
don't
now,
think he can replicate
no,
that at the Saints?
fuck no,
nah,
bro.
I doubt it.
He couldn't do that with the
I
with
don't think
Bill
that
Belichick.
I don't think that it's gonna
He's not gonna
replicate
do that
it
with with Sean
necessarily.
Payton, bro.
But look, let me put it to you this way, Enzo.
Bro, you
what
can't
Sean
put it to me
Payton,
no
what
way,
Sean
bro.
Payton has managed to do
You
with
cannot put
with.
that dude.
Let me finish, bro.
I'm not. That's just
First of all, Sean
fucking
Payton has had
terrible pickup.
what now 2-3 different
You speaking on my
quarterbacks.
team, that's
He
not
had
even
Teddy
let me
Bridgewater.
finish that
He
shit, bro.
the system allowed him to win 5 games without Drew Brees. Now with Jameis Winston, he was having success as well. I think that the system
Teddy
will allow.
Bridgewater to me has been a better quarterback since he came in the league, better than Cam Newton.
Well, Cam Newton was an
only
MVP,
had bro.
bro.
Why did Cam Newton had a phenomenal year that year? His defense was phenomenal too, bro. The whole fucking team was
Nah,
great,
that
bro.
his defense was whack.
What are you talking about,
wasn't
bro?
that like elite like
It
that.
was elite. That's why they made it that far. They were 16-0, bro.
Really,
Lost
what,
in the
what
Super
really
Bowl,
made him
bro.
what really made him great that
You don't-
season was that wide receiver
you
who had
don't-
Benjamin, was it?
You don't have a.
And then that fool
It
got
was
overweight
both
after that.
ends of the floor. You don't have a near perfect season without having both ends of the floor play at elite levels, bro. You're tripping, bro.
Offense and
Defense,
I mean,
fam. The only thing that difference, guess what the difference was in the
I
Super
mean
Bowl?
the Super
Your
Bowl.
boy was Peyton Manning was there, bro.
He wasn't elite though.
but
he was
the difference.
competent.
He was the difference.
Competent.
Because that defense on the
In-
Broncos
in that
side
aspect,
was
you
a
could
little
say
bit
that
better
Cam
than the
Newton was the elite one.
No,
versus
listen
Peyton
to what
Manning.
I'm saying, bro.
Well, I mean, you're going against an all-time, sometimes
Great.
MVP at the same
That's
time.
what I'm saying. Like,
and
but
then
he was like Peyton Manning was all they needed because the defense was that much better than the offense. It was a age. It was an age Payne Newton. I mean, Sean, what's his name? Fucking
Peyton Newton.
Peyton Manning.
Payne Manning.
Look, what I'm trying to say is that with Sean Payton, that coach, he has the ability to bring in a quarterback and help him, because he's not just he's more of an offensive guru in my opinion compared to Bill Belichick.
yeah,
Sean
but
Payton is.
to me, Cam
Especially
Newton,
with all the weapons he has
Cam
right
Newton
now.
can't
Alvin
ch-
Kamara.
he
You
can't
guys
check
have that
down.
one tight end.
He
You guys
he
have
can't
that other
check down,
Ricky.
bro. He doesn't have check down. He doesn't have pocket presence, bro, and he doesn't have an arm anymore, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing I was gonna point out. He
Bro,
doesn't really have accuracy.
like dog.
But at this
We're
point,
talking
who
about-
else would you get then?
Tyson Hill, just let him rock out.
But even then, he's not playing him.
Then there's that other dude that they had playing last week.
Trevor Simeon was
He was
fucking
already
up.
well. Still, let him rock. I'll take him over fucking Cam Newton any day,
They
bro.
should have gotten Blake Bortles before the Packers did.
I'm not taking Cam Newton, bro. I'm sorry. Like he showed me enough of
To-
nothing with
to-
with Patriots.
to a point where basically you're like, I mean,
If
you're at
you
this
would have
point.
been like, dog, this was balling, all right, and they trade for him, all right, bro. He got cut, bro.
I'm gonna give you one more example, and this is transitioning us into our next sports wave.
Hey,
Is
bro, he can
how many
become your
times-
next Drew Brees, bro?
no.
What was trash
Yeah.
for
Forget
That's why
before
that's why your
bro.
mic was turned off. for a
Before
little
that,
bit.
before you even go there, let me say this, bro. There's a player right now on the Lakers that was being counted out year after year. Didn't even play for a whole year,
Oh my
and then
God.
he was able to come back and do something. I'm just
First
giving you that
of all,
example.
I did
because-
not count him out. I was one of the guys.
I'm not
in
saying
this
you
room.
specifically. Let me
I'm
finish
just
this
saying
point.
because
Cam
you're
Newton,
making that point. But
under
I'm saying,
under the right system, he might flourish. Who knows? We don't know that. I think that for this
Bro,
last.
bro.
I'm not saying sign Cam Newton for like a 5-year deal. I'm
did
saying
you
sign him for
hear-
the rest of the season.
Okay.
See what happens, bro.
You're comparing
That's what I'm
Cam
saying.
Newton
To Carmelo, yes, that's
and
what
let
I'm
me
comparing.
let me tell you how it's a difference. Carmelo could still shoot the ball at a great. You've seen it already, and Cam Newton doesn't have an arm anymore. Lacks accuracy.
Bro, can you tell me who?
and
can,
is
can you
always
t-
injured too.
Can you tell me right now who's like what are the weapons on the Patriots that are gonna like giving Cam Newton that help and stuff like that? It's not really there.
The
either,
division
bro.
sucks too, bro. It was for the taking, and you didn't do shit.
What are you talking about? The Bills are there. The Bills are a great team, bro.
I mean, now, but like
the last 2 seasons they have
yeah,
been.
now that's what I'm
Ever
saying.
since
They're-
they got
that's,
Josh
It's
Allen.
their time now, but like Cam Newton could have had a time in that division too, and he didn't do nothing,
But
bro.
he just like, to me at least, if they would have like a good running back and like he was able to like, but you gotta also look at the weapons, bro. Why do you think Taysom Hill and also Jameis Winston are able to have success in the system that's in New Orleans? Is because they also have Alvin Kamara, bro, that relieves so much pressure off of a
I know
quarterback.
we have Mark Ingram.
You know what I mean? And now they have Mark Ingram, so they're sharing the duty back there. And I feel that's why I think Cam Newton would be able to flourish a bit
Bro,
more
do you,
because of that.
bro? Do you
And
remember?
in the Patriots, they don't
look,
have that stuff, bro.
Look, because
They
Bill
don't even have a
Belichick-
wide receiver
Bill
like that
Belichick
anymore.
will go off the street, an unsigned guy, sign him, and then he becomes somebody, bro. He's done that before.
But right now,
We're talking about receivers and weapons, not the quarterback, because quarterback didn't come from the streets. It was Brady at one point. He would get guys from the street that 3 weeks ago were doing something else, and then all of a sudden they're playing wide receiver.
He would basically be like, I see talent in you.
Yes,
and he would
bro.
push him towards that talent.
But you also gotta realize that he saw that where they can be plugged into the system and
Yes,
they're gonna
and
pop.
So
Exactly,
the
because-
genius
and
of
that's
Bill
why where I
Belichick
feel like
said,
right
"I'm
now,
gonna cut this guy because he don't got
that
nothing."
Patriot
basically.
squad was not something that was gonna help Newton flourish, in my opinion. That's why I feel like, for example,
and
I think
I'm gonna
the
take
the Saints have the system for him, the weapons for him. If he goes to the Saints and has those weapons and they still fuck up, then I'll be like, bro, you really don't got it no more.
Well, I mean,
You don't
because
got it
like
no more.
because like
Bro,
sometimes
he
maybe you're
doesn't
meant
have it anymore.
maybe because his mentality was like, I'm in with Bill Belichick, the guy who was with Brady. I don't want to mess up. At the same time, he might be like,
to me, he didn't take the opportunity how he should have. He should have took it by the horns.
yeah, that's
and
why,
really-
because he took it for granted.
it's very for granted.
He's like, just because I'm here, I
He was-
made it to the
He was
top.
too playful. He thought that bag was secured and it wasn't. Because that rug got pulled under his legs real quick.
It would be meant to see. What do you guys think about OBJ? Though, you think he goes to the Saints? Though, you think you want him there?
I'll take him.
He'd be a cool. he'd be
I'll take him.
look. He'd be cool to sell jerseys. But this is my thing on
He's still
OBJ.
coming back from an
Oh, because
injury.
he's a
though.
drama queen.
Nah, not even that he's a drama queen, bro. What has he done since the catch? What crazy season has he had since the catch?
He had a good season with the Giants. He had an alright season with the Browns before he got injured.
Well, I mean,
He was having an alright season because he didn't complete the season that season. He got hurt.
in all honesty, I mean, I've
So
seen.
that's what I'm saying. What has he done since the catch?
I've seen OBJ's highlights when he was with the Giants, and in all honesty, I mean, whenever
to me, he's a mediocre.
The
receiver
catch is what
whenever-
with
brought
a
him out.
phenomenal historical one-handed catch that went viral.
But the thing
all
is that
over
in
the
It's
his
world.
like-
first 4 years, his numbers was just as good as Jerry Rice's.
Yeah, but a lot of wide receivers.
No, not a lot of them have those
but
same numbers as
a
Jerry
lot of wide
Rice.
receivers. Their first few years are good. They're having decent years because they haven't been figured out. There's still coaches and schemes that they have to play against these guys. Once they figure them out, this guy's gonna lock them down.
it's like basically they haven't unlocked their prime level yet at that point, at that instant. Like
Or they haven't got figured out by the defensive coordinators on the other team.
exactly.
Well, right
and-
now, we're also watching the Lakers play right now against
Damn,
The
just
Miami
Miami
Heat?
over OBJ, man, fucking, huh?
yeah, no OBJ.
You don't like what he was hearing, huh?
What do you guys think about
Turn off his
LeBron?
mic, turn off his
LeBron being
mic.
out of the Lakers right now. What does that mean for them?
He's testing them, bro.
Yeah,
That's what you
Testing
think?
if
At that
they can
point-
play without them.
That's what you think?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
his
I
coach.
think
Think
LeBron's
about it.
age is showing now.
I have heard people say that LeBron's fine, that he is doing that, letting Russell also find his
Because,
his
like,
rhythm.
his rhythm.
it's basically like
Because he's
Ramona
gotta,
Shelburne said that.
he's also
Also
he's
the other
also
day.
gotta get the
Who says that?
Russell's
Ramona.
teammates have to get used to Russell with the
Yeah.
ball. And the thing is that when LeBron's on the floor, I noticed that at the beginning too, where like his teammates were just throwing the ball to him,
everything
and he
flows.
would get pissed, and he would be like, "No, give the ball to Russell."
Yeah.
So like,
So basically, when LeBron would be on the floor, he'd be like, just give it to LeBron because he'll score. He'll make threes. He'll make under the net. He'll make them all. He'll dunk on people. But I feel like what LeBron wants to do is like give Westbrook his time to shine as well. Like,
chemistry.
Do you guys
Yeah.
see his frustration though?
I mean, yeah, because like at the same time, he knows the team has it in him, but at the same time, he feels like the team only depends on him, and that's what he doesn't want. Like if you would see sometimes like back then with Kobe, he would do the exact same thing. He would be like, sub me out, and how would the team would perform? Sucky at first, but at the same time, they would get back in there.
Kobe would be like, get my ass back in there, bro.
Yeah, Kobe would.
Well, I mean,
not
if they were
even-
losing like drastically, then yeah, I would be like, coach, get my ass back in there. But at the same time,
Kobe, I saw Kobe just get up and go to the scoreboard. He didn't even.
exactly.
But
he
Yeah.
spent his
I
time at the
feel
free throw line.
LeBron is.
He's just testing him.
I feel like honestly, I feel like he's ginger. It's not 100%, and they rather not risk at his age and what he means to play off basketball for the Lakers. You know what
Especially
I'm
with the
saying?
talent that they have. too,
Because
right?
remember,
Yeah.
3 years ago, this guy got hurt in Christmas game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the groin injury.
Mhm.
So, and what is the injury he's out right now with?
It's an
groin
ankle.
injury.
groin injury.
They said groin.
I believe so.
I think they're saying like the first time when he fell down at the beginning of the season, they were like,
This is
oh, he
ankle.
aggravated his
Yeah.
hamstring.
His ankle.
And then the second injury where I think they fell on him again, it was his
Mhm.
ankle, high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
They were saying,
Yeah.
but this is also where I feel his age is coming around and his humanity showing
Mhm.
that he's not gonna be able to be Iron Man
isn't
for.
that what Reddick said today too? I believe he was telling Stephen A. He's like, "This is the first time I see LeBron looking human."
He said that. Damn, that's
Mhm.
crazy. No, I didn't
Yeah,
see
he
that.
said that today.
I just think that it looks like that because, bro, when I see the frustration, like, have you guys seen when like LeBron is like sideline and he's just like holding his glasses?
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
To
They
me,
started making the memes. I gotta trade his whole
exactly.
team.
Yes. Like, to me, guys, I feel like
you know.
I feel like LeBron is just he doesn't want to play her, but he's looking at it like it's starting to frustrate him. Like, damn, am I gonna have to come out of this injury and like get us a couple wins over 500? Because right now they're 5-5 or 6-5.
6-5, I believe.
Yeah, this was gonna try at 3.
It's going.
Sorry,
on,
you guys.
Westbrook.
We're
Come on,
silent
Westbrook.
'cause it's the last second.
1, 2,
We're
more.
gonna try at 3.
Ah.
I knew it.
De verga.
Ah,
I knew it. Overtime.
Bro, why?
5 more minutes. All right.
But yeah,
Oh,
so
according to this article, it says
puro de verga, de verga.
according to this article, it says he has a rectus abdominal strain.
what is that?
English, please.
Abdominal.
I have no idea. I would have
The
to Google it.
layman's terms, sir.
We'll come back to that.
What injuries?
But
And what
this
part of the
weekend,
body, sir?
this
Oh,
weekend
it says
we
AKA abdominal strain.
I was about to say probably because abdomen. I heard that. This weekend we had
Westbrook.
another head-to-head versus with boxing versus UFC. I want to ask you guys, which one did you guys feel was more entertaining with the two main events?
What I would want to know, I don't know if the numbers are out there, is which pay-per-view made more money. Like that.
All I know is that
That is an interesting
Canelo?
question, sir.
well,
Let's
well,
find
before we go deeper into it, what would you find more entertaining, Manny? Canelo
well, I would
or
say
Kamaru?
UFC. I would say you. Oh, if you want to put those two matches.
Well, yeah, the
I
main
mean, for
events. We're talking about
me-
main events strictly right now, just main events.
So all right. So the main fight. I would still go with Covington and
That was your
Usman.
favorite fight of the whole
No, well,
card?
he's saying between that and Canelo and Plant. He's just saying those two fights.
I mean, because
Hold up. What?
If you want to ask me what was my favorite fight of the night,
No,
Chandler
I'm
and
asking
Gaethje, bro.
right now. I'm asking
Chandler
boxing
and
versus
Gaethje. Same
UFC
That's why I was thinking the
main
card,
event versus main event.
All right, main event versus
mean,
main
come
event.
on, guys,
Ooh,
really?
UFC, bro.
Yeah,
Any
like,
day.
really, bro?
Yeah,
Really?
That's
I want to
not
know.
even
I
the
just
base.
want to know.
Really?
I
Well,
just
I want.
wanna
What's your
know.
response?
UFC, of
UFC.
course.
All right then,
Yeah,
bro.
it's UFC,
like,
bro.
come on, bro.
Because you knew Canelo was gonna be Plant. I mean, that's the only reason people watch
Okay, now
that
this-
card.
he was just toying with him at
Okay,
that point.
well,
Huh.
Anthony, I'm asking you. Did you watch both of the fights?
I was at work, bro.
Okay,
Come on.
cool. All right, now Byron, what's your opinion?
UFC.
UFC. All right. Now my next question to you guys is gonna be: which one do you guys think people paid for more out within the world?
Canelo, in all honesty. I feel like Canelo.
Hold up.
That's
You
what
say
I wanna know,
the question
man.
was who thinks?
Which pay per view
Was bought more.
Was bought more.
Like, cause
That's
well,
what
I
I want to
mean-
know too.
I
like,
mean, all of Mexico, bro.
yeah, for Canelo.
Yeah, that's
for
what I'm saying,
sure.
Canelo.
But then
That's what I want to know is who sold out more. If it was Canelo, the paper.
what do you guys think? Before we
or-
look at the numbers, I want to know what you guys think.
I say the boxing.
Yeah, regardless.
You say boxing?
'Cause,
You say
like,
Canelo?
it's just the
In
most.
all,
the
in
most
all honesty, if you think about it,
Nah.
when they were doing the whole interview, I mean, you saw his reflexes. He dodged away.
well, I
before he
mean, come
touched
on,
him.
guys.
He
Dana
scraped
White
the-
was watching the fight.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, but that's because
during
he
the
betted
coming-
money.
exactly.
He,
But
he
that's-
betted 100K.
But that tells you a lot right there, bro. That he's
Bruh, but
paying for
what-
the fight too. He's not streaming
bro,
it. He's
but-
not. He's
but
not
what
doing. He's
fight
not
was
busting
go-
a hammer and his dad
Let-
asking
let's
for the
be-
link.
Let's be real. What fight was going on while he was watching that though?
I don't remember which
It was
one.
the co-main.
Exactly.
So he didn't want to watch the rose. Nah, bro. If he
Bro.
wouldn't want to watch it, he wouldn't have sat there in front.
Bro, he has Rose and Whaley in front of him, and then he has the little screen right there watching.
It was not a
Canelo,
little
bro.
screen. It was kind of like the size of that TV over there.
So
It was a,
yeah,
it was a decent
bro.
24 inch, 27 inch.
Show me the numbers, bro.
As of right now, I like to see his
It's
projected
loading,
numbers.
Bro. As of right now, bro, nobody knows.
And this is a projection for the Caleb versus Alvarez fight was 990K pay-per-view buys.
So not even a million.
Not even a million.
Damn, I doubt that the UFC. I think the UFC got more than a million. It's just more entertaining.
From hearing Dana White, he was talking about that it was one of their highest gates, but
the year or the
of all time actually.
sick.
In New York, that's
Well, it's the
interesting.
it's the Madison.
That I was
Square
gonna say
Garden.
too. We're comparing
Yeah, that
Vegas.
to Vegas.
MGM versus
Yeah.
that. But it's just interesting to see, both go down in the same.
And the other thing is, people were gonna pay more because the first fight, bro. People like.
oh
they
yeah,
wanted
and it was
people to-
$80 for Canelo.
Yeah, it was. I paid $80, guys.
compared to 69.
Well, 64 for the if you got ESPN Plus.
True. Well, you have to have ESPN Plus.
Damn, there's no other way to watch these fights, huh?
Nah, unless
Nah.
you're like internationally talking about this, it's a whole different thing. But yeah, but I can't find it just projections at the moment. But I'm pretty sure sooner or later we're gonna get
It's gonna be a talking point eventually when the numbers really come out. It's gonna be a talking point for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, that's the one I was interested. But then what happens? I just gotta bring this up. 269.
No, it's
Because we just
268.
heard the
George Masvidal
yeah,
got pulled.
He got
I
pulled.
don't like
'cause of
that,
an
yo.
injury.
George been talking a lot of shit, and then he gave him the knuckle sandwich, and then now he's the one to pull out, and an undisclosed.
Yeah.
injury.
Hey, but you know
injury.
what's funny?
What?
After the fight, Covington was calling out Masvidal, and he said, "If you want to pull out with Leon Edwards, and let's run it, me and you, in the beginning of the quarter." And I
Mm.
think that's a much more intriguing fight. So he could be pulling out because he wants to fight Covington next early January, February.
Yeah, but if you were, if you're saying he's pulling and calling an injury just to do that,
Could be.
I would say so, bro. If you think about it,
Speculation,
what
but it could
fight
be.
sells more? I think the fight
Yeah.
between them two fights more because they're
But see,
former
that-
training
that-
partners, former roommates. Covington got kicked out of American Top Team because of the whole beef that he was having with Masvidal and also with Dustin Poirier. So
Well,
Well,
there
it
you
was
go.
because
I
he was
mean,
a
it
MAGA guy
already
in
answers
there.
your question. I mean, there was beef. Who's gonna let it
he's
out?
a MAGA
there was
guy.
a
He's a
leak.
MAGA guy, but who did Donald Trump go see?
George.
Masvidal. That's just crazy
Masvidal.
part.
That's why I feel like to me Leon is that was a nice fight to sell too because it was like they had beef
Yeah,
too.
but now that he pulled out, that card is looking very slim, bro.
Mm.
It's not looking very lucrative for like people to want to go watch it. Besides just the main fight, that's the other thing with it. And then it's like the like, all right, 3 people already called out Leon. You had Gilbert Burns,
Hammer.
Bilal Muhammad, right? I believe is how you say his name, and you had Cosma. So Kanza,
Oh,
sorry.
Comes at or like Kobe likes to call him cum shot. That's what he calls him.
So it's like, all right, which one of those 3 would you put in? For me, Kamza is the one that makes the most sense just because he would actually give more hype to that card. Because that card is already looking very slim for 269. Like, pull it up. You can see what UFC 269 looks like. And it's pretty slim. It's like, there's other fights in there, but
I mean, the main events there, Dominic Cruz fighting.
Mm.
There's
Nah,
a
he's
lot of,
in the
there's still a lot of good
prelims.
fights.
Oh, really?
yeah, he's in prelims. He's not in the main.
Still, I mean, that just shows how much of a stacked
It's a
card it
stacked
is. The
card,
fact
yeah.
that they're gonna have those guys fight.
Nah, I mean,
yeah,
Nunez
but
is
Amanda
there.
fight. It's
Nunez,
just a
bro,
good
you already
card.
know she's gonna win.
It's still gonna be a good card. It's just we don't have a grudge fight.
Yeah, but it's not as lucrative.
We don't have a grudge match no more. We lost a grudge match on there.
I think
Mhm.
they're still lucrative. I mean, you're fighting. You're about to fight for the 155 pound.
No, I'm saying that the main fight is gonna be
Yeah,
the
Cody's
most
fight.
interesting.
High Carter
Sha-
Francis, Cody
Sean O-
Garbrandt. Oh
Sean O-
man, what the
Sean
fuck?
O-
That's a good fight right there. Sean O'Malley's fighting on this. Jeff Neal versus
That's
this Argentinian
prelims.
guy. That's another good
That's
fight.
prelims. That's all prelims right there.
Still though, bro, we're getting entertained from the prelims. That's
For
dope.
free?
Macy
Macy
Barber,
Barber. Yeah,
Oh,
it's gonna be a
bro.
nice card, bro.
and
That's
Ryan
nice.
Hall. Bro,
This is
Yes,
gonna
it is.
casual, bro. Turn off his car. Turn off his mic, bro.
Isn't this the girl that just lost to Valentina?
Man, he looked at me like,
Tommy Melly,
Or am I
Randy
tripping?
Costa. That seems like an interesting.
Yeah,
fight.
I mean, this is a pretty good fight, bro. Starting with Josh Emmett as well versus Danny Ainge. Ooh.
Old washed.
gatekeeper.
Those both are washed, bro.
When was the last time you saw Josh Emmett fight, bro?
All right, further
Alright,
carrying
cool,
on.
cool.
It
Good
was
to know.
some tragic news this weekend. It just seems like
Carry on. We gotta go to sleep now.
I feel like I feel like fuck, yo. There's been a lot of bad news coming out of Hollywood and the music industry as of late. We had the Alec Baldwin
Just the
shooting.
entertainment industry in general.
Yeah, right. We had the Alec Baldwin shooting. What? There was another thing too that happened recently besides the Astro World.
R. Kelly's going to trial.
Well, that's not tragic for us. That's tragic for him.
No, I'm just saying. Tragic for the victims too, man.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But Kanye West went on a rant at Drunching Champs, and you know.
But let's talk about Astro World for sure. What happened in Houston last Friday, at Astro World? This was
Wasn't it-
festival,
wasn't it
right?
Saturday, bro.
I heard it was Friday. Friday night, going into Saturday morning.
Yeah, it was a 2-day festival.
Why do I feel like I said that night that we were watching the fights though? Remember when the news came out that 8 people died, and then I was like, oh, that was Illuminati, and then you guys like kind of giggled like, and then the next morning it was like, oh shit, it was all over the TikTok, and it was all this demonic shit that came out of it.
But that's why it happened on Saturday.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was
Yeah.
Saturday, not Friday then.
No, but he's talking about the festival. The festival itself started on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Travis's event time happened on Saturday.
Really?
So basically,
Yeah.
like Astro World
So,
promotes,
like,
like Astro World's
yeah.
a promoter.
Because
No, it happened on Friday.
Really?
Happened on
It's
Friday.
saying right here, these connections have added a layer of complication to an already frightened criminal investigation into the 8 deaths of young concert goers who collapsed as a crowd surged towards the stage while Mr. Scott performed on a Friday night during his Astro World Festival in Houston.
Bro, why is this so
So when
weird
did the
to me?
festival begin? Because I know that
It was
a
fri-
2
it
to
started
3.
Friday, bro.
Friday.
I
Started
remember.
Friday.
I
I
remember
remember
already
that too.
seeing things about it Saturday throughout the day.
Yeah.
By the time we got to your crib to watch the fights, it was already going on.
Right.
So it was Friday then.
It was Friday night. You're saying?
Okay, but that's my thing.
So it started on Thursday.
Hold on.
No,
hold on,
bro.
hold
It
on.
started Friday night.
Well, you
The
gotta.
fight-
No.
the
I'm saying
fights
the festival.
Started Friday.
The fights, we saw the fights, and that comment I made, we found out 8 people died that Saturday night.
Exactly, because due to the chaotic scene, I mean, they wanted to confirm how many other people were affected by it.
Right. So that's why I'm tripping out. Why are they now reporting it was
Already
on
throughout the day. I remember it was like midday, and I was already hearing about this because I had a debate with someone about this, and she had posted. This person had posted a video of a production worker being approached by a fan saying, "Hey, help this person."
So
And this was like 11 a.m. Saturday, bro. This was already happening that people had died.
so
and
by
stuff
Saturday
like
night, it was already canceled then.
yes,
Yeah.
everything had already been happening. Yeah.
Damn, that's so ironic how I said that.
By
though.
Saturday,
Because
by
then-
Sunday morning, bro, is when all the conspiracy theories were coming out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because that night, I remember
But
saying
since
Illuminati
Friday,
just
people-
jokingly, and then the next day, the fucking conspiracy started coming
But
out.
by that night, everything was like people. It was like there was already videos of things
All right,
happening.
question. Because everybody's blaming Travis. Do you guys put the complete blame on Travis?
I blame whoever's
One by
in
one,
charge
please.
of
One by
logistics,
one, please.
and whoever's in charge of security, because logistically
Anthony, you're
speaking, you
next.
gotta get everybody from one place to the other safely, and that security is supposed to enforce that.
All right, Anthony, what you think?
In all honesty, I think it's like due to security and the promotion. Because one, if you're promoting something, you have to make sure your audience is safe and enjoying having a good time. So
Mm.
the same thing with security.
What about you?
Bro, if you had a festival that started in Bad Bunny performed there, that didn't happen. There was all bigger hitters there. Kendrick's cousin, Keem was
Baby
there.
Keem, yeah.
That didn't happen.
Right, because they're more crazy over Travis because
It is in
he's a-
Houston, bro. He's from Houston.
he's a hype man.
It's a whole
He's
different
a hype
thing.
man.
No, but you guys are getting to my point, right? What environment and habit does he build in his concerts?
Types, mosh
Rage.
pits,
Rage.
Yep.
Mosh pits,
So,
right?
so you're saying it's his fault?
partially. In that
Well,
sense.
at the same time,
hold on,
though,
hold
like
on.
Because
before
even if
you
you
add,
watch-
let me see what Byron got.
even if you watch his Netflix documentaries,
yeah, he's already raging. Like
he
telling
loves
her-
that rock
yeah,
environment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like he loves the mosh pitting. He loves all of that.
Pero,
Yeah.
pero that's like
And-
that's what I'm gonna say. Like the Mexican saying, "Si saben cómo me pongo, porque me invitan."
exactly.
same-
So that tells me
Yeah.
it's more on the security, the promotion, because they know how his concerts get.
They have to.
Why don't you
secure-
guys tighten up the security?
Exactly. If you see with rock events, like for example, Slipknot, they create mosh pits, but you don't hear
nobody
deaths.
dying.
You don't hear deaths happen.
Bro, motherfuckers be punching each other
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what he likes. He promotes all that. That's who he is. Because he's influenced by rock.
No, for sure. He's very he got very dark music. It's just, to me, honestly, Byron, do you have any? Who do you think is to blame?
Let's
please?
get Byron's opinion on
Yeah,
this first.
before I drop my 2 cents.
Now that Manny pointed that out, I actually feel like it's everybody. It sounds, I don't know, it sounds corny,
Partially
but
responsible.
everybody's
yeah.
partially
Like
responsible.
everybody plays a
I
part of
agree
it.
with
And
you,
then
Byron.
I also seen a video where
I don't think it's fully on Travis.
I
No,
think
no.
I think
it's
even the
partial.
fans have accountability.
That's
on
the other
this.
thing.
It's
Because-
everybody that was in those
because
fairgrounds
even-
is
even
accountable
like,
to these
well,
deaths.
I mean, yeah.
You and I talked about this, how we heard several testimonies. I shared one with you of like one guy who was there,
Mhm.
and even he talks about how like as soon as they started setting up for the set, people started getting rowdy.
Right.
Yeah.
It hadn't even started.
Even to get
45 minutes before.
Even to get into the place.
And then you also have Travis's tweet where he's like, "There's
Like-
people
like-
trying to get in. We're gonna
Mhm.
sneak them in."
yeah, sneak in.
So he
gang,
wants to
yeah.
even go even more maximum than the capacity that's supposed to
He
be
wants
there.
to push it beyond.
Technically, there was already 50,000 people there. You know, and then like that guy that I sent you, where he was talking about, where he's like, dude, he said he was 5'10", and as soon as the mob started squishing
He
each
shrunk.
other, he said that his feet weren't even touching the ground
Right.
of how like squished he was, and he had to break through with his wife out of there.
That's crazy.
Like, bro, to hear that, you're like, this is a crazy crowd.
I mean,
what about
at the same time? There was a video of like them pushing down a gate and trampling over the people
right
that
in
were
the
underneath.
beginning,
Yeah.
but that there's also
the
videos.
one you told me of the guy being trampled to death,
there-
saving his wife.
Right, there's videos of from the last 2019 show where they did the same thing. They stormed the gates in the entrance.
That's
Same
his
thing
crowd,
happened
though.
again
Yeah,
now.
that's
Yeah.
his crowd.
But
Yeah.
see, that's
There's
why
the-
again I point things to logistics and security, because those are the people who, bro.
Those are
at the end of the day-
intangibles, bro.
At the end, no, they're not, Manny. At the end of the day, the reason I point
That's
this
their
is
jet.
because that's their job. Their job is to logistically be able to get people from security checkpoint into the fairgrounds to the stages, and then to be able to move
But
back and
check
forth.
this out. Check
Yeah.
this
And then
out.
security enforces that.
But
That's
I-
not intangibles, bro. Those are people who are
bro.
dedicated
You
towards doing
have
those
a
things,
Yes.
bro.
crowd
All right. Let me
stampeding, bro.
exactly. Let me
What are
drop
you
my
gonna
two.
do,
Let me
shoot
drop
'em?
my 2 cents.
No,
What
bro.
are you gonna do?
No,
Like,
bro.
how are you
First-
gonna stop
First
them
of
if
all,
they're
bro, it's
stampeding
again,
it?
bro. Logistically speaking, there has to be a way of how you get people through to each thing.
Okay, but that's
And
what
then
I'm
if we're
saying.
talking
Let
about
me
if we're
drop-
talking about capacity, that's also a logistic thing,
let me
bro.
drop my 2 cents because you're right, bro. You're right. But
Why did they stop? Why did they stop those
logistics-
one
just like in
festivals
an
that would
airport,
happen in
just like in the
New
airport,
York?
logistics could be overwhelmed
Mm-hmm.
because you're understaffed. And partially
That's
that
the big thing I
look,
was gonna say.
let me finish.
Understaffed.
Is this is why I put the accountability on fans too, because I've read comments, I've seen stories where they're saying there was no humanity in the crowds. You saw the holes being created with people getting sucked to the ground because it was that much of like
Yeah.
movement. It was
Yeah.
literally, it looks like a
People were just
wave of
filming,
people.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just
and
a wave, like
this is
every
what-
time they moved, you saw, and then you could see the look on their faces, like, bro, I am not moving.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
crowd is moving me. So I feel like, for one, like I'm gonna put the blame on fans, logistic, promotion, Travis Scott, and Drake, because to me, the worst timing of it was that you see the commotion, the hype, and then Drake comes out and it just kills it, bro. You're right. You had Bad Bunny there, but I feel like imagine Bad Bunny comes out at night, bro. The whole fucking crowd would have just surged the thing, cause it's like when you see the Selena movie and Selena comes out como la flor, should come down.
Mhm.
But before that, she was bitty bitty bam bam, right? The whole crowd starts going forward and then she sees it, she recognized it. In my opinion, that's where I kind of give him some fault. But then I'm also like, bro, what if he's already seen that his Ragers always do this and they
Yeah,
always
he's
end up
numb
being
to it.
okay?
So like basically he is like,
numb
you know,
to it.
all and you know they're getting more hyped.
Right,
I'm
like-
getting more hyped.
like it just sucks because, and then it's also the whole, all right, I understand that I did say Illuminati on Saturday night, right? But then we cannot put so much blame on the
person who's
no,
performing.
not only that, on the supernatural side,
Mm.
and not put any account to the physical, which
No,
is,
true.
bro, people were humans and nobody helped nobody that was
Bro,
down.
in that
Yeah.
story that I sent you,
Uh-huh.
the guy saw someone pass out someone die because the people who were doing CPR didn't even know how to do CPR properly.
Right, so it's like,
And he even talked about how like there was other people who, instead of like, you know, trying to get someone else to help,
they were just partying.
they were
man.
just filming
oh shit.
And
filming it.
And
Like, there
keyword
was no humanity in that, bro.
and keyword that Manny said they didn't know how to do CPR. Okay, so then that Astro World has a fault in that because they have to make sure if they're
Get the
licensed.
hired right
exactly.
people.
Yeah.
So I feel
And
like,
the dude couldn't help because he's not even like, he's from Puerto Rico.
and then I don't
So
like,
it's like he's like, I can't legally, I can't, like, I know how to do it,
I can't
and
I
I'm
can't
watching
intervene.
this person die, and I can't do anything.
I don't
And
like
I'm
how.
gonna give you guys also an example from years ago, and I don't think if this is the right name. I don't know, but it's Stagecoach, right? That one that festival that used to happen in New York, that was huge. It was like Coachella, but like the original Coachella.
Stage, you mean?
Because Stagecoach is for country music.
No.
Let me look it up, because
Woodstock.
Woodstock. There we go.
Yeah, see, 'cause
Woodstock
Stagecoach is
Had a
country music.
great, bro. People were dying left and right
Mm.
because of how many people there were, and it was. That's why I'm
I
saying
don't
like
think. Did you look up if Woodstock '97 or '99 died? Because
No,
I
I'm
know
not
they.
talking about. I'm talking about before that, bro.
So you're talking about the 70s.
The original Woodstock.
Yeah, but people were dying because of overdoses. It
Not
was
just
like
that.
the
There was
hippies,
also
bro.
a lot. There was an overcrowding of people. Shit like this was happening at
Yeah.
Woodstock too.
Because also too, when you have that many
Let's-
people,
let's look
the
it
other
up.
thing that
No,
you
it
have
was.
to think about.
Woodstock was legendary, but I don't know if it was legendary.
I'm not
for
talking about like the
deaths.
'90s ones.
No,
Bro, I'm
No,
talking about
any
the
Woodstock.
original
Woodstock
ones.
was.
No, but
there's
another
only
thing that
one.
you have
I
to
think
take
there's
into
only two.
consideration is when that's that
1979,
many
I
people
think,
in
or
the
something like that.
crowd, they're all taking up oxygen, bro.
Yeah.
So then you have limited amount
No,
of
I understand
oxygen
that,
in
for
that
sure.
moment.
I mean, like at the same time, it's like body heat. So you're
How
like
many
you're
deaths
basically
reported
suffocating
at
yourself at
Woodstock?
that
Yeah,
point.
400,000 people there. That's crazy.
But where was this?
This was
In
in
Germany or something? Or New
no,
York?
this was in New York, bro.
Alemania.
Yo, put that Laker game back on, bro. It's the last minutes, bro. I just want to see.
2 seconds.
Woo!
But yeah, this was.
This guy goes
in-
back.
say how many deaths?
Trying to see.
You're like trying to see who wins. Like it goes back.
It's 2 seconds left. Like,
He's like, Cerote.
yeah, I know, dude. Buzzing my bubble.
I don't think
They're
there were
trying
any
to prove
deaths,
a
bro.
point.
Cause Woodstock was legendary, bro. Like they had Jimi Hendrix, like
All right, did we win? Hold on, the buzzer's there, bro. Did we win?
Yeah, there you won.
Hell yeah, Lakers.
You.
Good job. Lakers won tonight, you guys. 120 to 117.
Breaking news.
bro. See how many
As
Two
well.
games back
that
to
was-
back that go overtime.
As well without LeBron. Without LeBron.
Yeah.
Keyword, without
3
LeBron.
people,
Without coach.
bro. 3 people, 400,000 people. That doesn't even compare,
Yeah,
dog.
nah.
It doesn't even
This is
compare.
And one of
dog.
them died from
It
being
doesn't.
run over by a tractor. Crazy.
Damn.
What the? Who brings a tractor? What the?
Well,
that's
this
the
was
same-
at
it was on a
it was at a
farm.
farm.
Oh,
This was on a big old
70s.
farm.
Alright, never mind.
Yeah.
You see, that's why I think it's a
But
difference,
see,
bro.
now what happened?
All right, bro.
here
Everybody
now-
was heroes on LSD and drugs, bro. So there was no violence from what's being said here.
Hey, hey, but at the same
What it says right
time,
there.
how does this event now affect Coachella? How does this event,
Bro,
now
have
Bro,
you
not
never
even.
not
It is.
seen
Wait.
Stagecoach?
First of all, it doesn't even have
Now,
to be
how
go.
does
It
this-
doesn't even have to go that far. This weekend we have Day in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
Here in Vegas. Travis was supposed to
He
perform,
already
and he
canceled
canceled.
it. He
Yeah,
already
he
bro,
canceled
and
it.
then Post Malone is replacing him, and nobody wants to watch Post Malone.
Damn.
Everybody on the internet is like, "Nah, we want someone else." It's funny.
Call J. Cole, but J. Cole doesn't want to do it either.
Hell no. I mean,
J.
right
Cole
now,
already did it.
this is gonna be a nightmare for a lot of.
Well, check it out. It's
artists.
already
festivals,
a fa- look,
Well,
Tiana,
for
artists.
festivals.
Tiana-
Not for concerts.
Tiana
not
Taylor-
festivals.
in general, though.
Tiana
Artists-
Taylor had a concert 2 days ago already, and she already. Is she all right? Is she okay? Like trying to make it seem like
Is
she's
there-
handling.
Y-
Playboy
yeah.
Cardi had a show already, same thing, and Playboy Cardi same energy as Travis. They got mosh pits in there too.
Well, I mean,
But-
at the same time, I saw like a video. It was like a while
Yeah.
back before COVID. Shaq West concert when he was performing his song. I mean, you saw people like freaking running into each other, being crazy, but no deaths were reported. So I mean, like I feel like Travis takes it up to another level where he sees people being chaotic, people like throwing punches, like bunch of mosh pits.
All right, what about
Like-
the aspect that
Have
we're
you
still in
seen- have you
COVID
seen the
and we have
video
that
where
many
he
people
tells
to
the guy
put
to
together?
jump off like almost like a 3 flight. Have you seen that one? of
Yeah,
Travis?
and he breaks his and
and the guy is supposedly left paralytic.
yeah,
after
but
that.
I saw a video today, and the one I saw is that the same guy they were talking about, a white boy. He was hanging there, and then supposedly somebody pushed him off, like, and it was like interesting because the first video I said it was that he jumped off because
Mhm.
Travis dared him.
But he
and-
does dare him.
Yeah, he says it.
And he says
and
the
then,
crowd will catch you.
Exactly, but then it's a trip because the guy says in another interview that I saw, it was like that the crowd pushed him after Travis dared him, and that's why he got paid out. And I'm like, that makes sense because if he dares you and you do it, that's on you, bro. I dared you. That
Yeah.
like you did it.
Yeah.
That's
But
your,
if-
that's your own will. At that
But at the
Exactly.
same
But if
time,
he
that's
got
your idol.
pushed,
Yeah.
At the same time, that's your idol.
and then
Right.
you got people around you hyping you up.
but if people
Hey.
push you, that's also like, damn. Now you can sue the venue and they can pay you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because it was like, bro, because he's hanging, bro.
Yeah,
And
but
then,
to
like,
be
you-
left paralytic after that.
I
That's
w-
the
I
thing,
mean,
though,
oh,
man. I'm gonna
that's
tell you guys
wild,
too,
bro.
and this
It's
is for
not
a
that
lot of
serious for
people
me, bro.
listening. Is
It's
that
not that serious. for me.
usually
I
when
ain't
you
gonna go to
when you buy a ticket to things like this too,
Yeah, you sign your waiver.
you're
Yeah.
signing
Yeah,
your
you're signing
liability and
rights
all
away,
that stuff. So
basically.
Yeah, your rights are gone.
you better have a good lawyer to find out who's gonna be liable, who you're gonna
Mhm.
sue, because if not, you're gonna be wasting a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
Like Travis
just
Scott
for you guys
says.
today.
It's lit.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, Manny.
So you
Thank
can't blame
Anthony.
the the demons, y'all. You
Thank
gotta
Enzo.
have accountability as human beings, man. Next time
Well,
if
we
you
can
see
blame
somebody
both
down,
That's why I tell people. That's why I tell
He's
people.
like, he's like, man,
I'm gonna
no.
keep my ass home.
Yeah.
I mean, we just came from J. Cole, and J. Cole didn't have that energy.
Hell no.
And
bro.
that
Not
shit
even
sounded-
21 Savage.
That shit sounded like
Huh.
a fucking soccer stadium.
Yeah.
J. Cole, J. Cole. You didn't hear.
But
You
that-
didn't.
but
You didn't
that's
see no
not a
stand.
festival though.
Well, I mean,
bro.
because like in all honesty, if you
Let's go to Dream World. See how that
if-
festival, Dream Fest.
Alright.
Let's
It-
go
let's
there.
go.
See how that
If-
one goes.
if you listen to J. Cole, it's more like
yeah, his crowd's not
it's
like that.
it's like he's talking facts.
He's not telling you about see you on the other side.
exactly.
Like
He's
It's
talking
not
facts.
But also, he doesn't like that. Like, yeah, he likes hype, but he's not asking you to like rage. Bro.
Yeah, like not making mosh pits.
He's not
like,
making mosh pits
Yeah.
and all that. Like, that's not his
I mean,
vibe.
we were
Like,
kind
I
of in a mosh pit when we were up
I
there.
feel like J.
Like, we were all
Cole.
bunched up. in
I
there.
feel like J. Cole's like
Who was pushing you, bro?
the guy, my wife, because her hair kept hitting me.
Bro.
You're a zerote for
I
that.
know, bro. All right, good night, people. I gotta go cut hair. I'll see you right now, John Sally. He's watching.
John Sally.
Have a good night,
Get
y'all.
you back on.
Good night.